All good.
What's that?
All good.
Oh, we're up. All
Yep.
right. Let's do this. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Mike, I tried for you, buddy, but couldn't do it.
You gave me an out. I appreciate it, but I don't have the guts to go through with it.
You can fire that fat retard?
What's lucky about it is Craig passed away last night, so the
Did he?
glitch kind of fixed itself,
Oh,
you know? Yeah, he's
Good. Well, that's too bad. Yeah, so anyway, I guess we're supposed to talk about yesterday's show, I suppose. No, I mean, the one thing I don't regret anything I said about Jerry. Obviously, he's a piece of shit. But, you know, I do feel bad, put Mike in a bad spot. Mike's been super loyal to the show. He's been a great, great part of the show. And once I said it, I was like, I shouldn't have said that. I was mad, and I got caught up and reached out to him after. So, you know, I guess anytime Mike wants to be here, he's certainly welcome here. So,
Thank you.
as long as, you know, but if you feel uncomfortable about it, you know, hit the fucking bricks. Life goes on. You know what I mean?
I thought between the live show and yesterday's program, we were developing a Penn and Teller dynamic.
Yes,
where I just
evidently.
nod
Yes.
and yes. Very
Well,
good.
there you go. Yeah, we bring people in to cheer for you during these shows.
It's great.
And you are engaged.
Yes. Yeah, it's a shame we didn't get to that.
I saw a lot
but
of people saying that. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. You know, and obviously it was one of those shows that's very divisive, and I appreciate that. And I see a lot of people going after me and saying that I'm like Murchison now, and about transgender stuff. And then you look at their Twitter accounts about you'd expect, but that's okay. I don't mind that. They're on Twitter, and they have every right to say that. And I go back at some of them, and you know, knock yourselves out. I completely understand that. I mean, I see people think. I think people think this is very much a transgender issue, which to me is a different conversation. It's not. It's about adoption, which I take personally. But yeah, I see a lot of that, which is like you've become. It's like, you know, you can't have conversations with crazy people, I suppose. But you learn a lot about people who, you know, you're friends with and aren't friends with, and people you think are your friends, and people who don't support you online, and you know, a lot of people have been quiet who in the past have been supportive, but that's okay too, no big deal. But then a lot of people at Barstool reached out, which is nice, and it's one of those situations where, you know, some people think I overreacted. That's totally fine. Doesn't bother me. You know, I just think Jerry's a bad person. I think he's homophobic. I think he's a bad father. So that's my opinion. I mean, people may disagree. I don't know.
Right.
You know,
My only question would be why was that different than anything else? Because I saw him tweet something else this week, and it was like a video of just trans people. They may have been drunk or something. I don't know, but it wasn't that crazy a video.
Yeah.
And Jerry's caption was like, the most disturbing thing you'll see all
yeah, I
week.
saw that.
And people were like, wasn't there like a mass shooting this week?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
what are you
Well,
talking
he's
about?
lost his mind. Well, I just think it personally because of the thing that this coward who deleted her initial tweet, I guess, I don't know if it's back up or not, said that basically like you can't love your kids as much if they're adopted.
Right.
That's all. That's really what hit me. And I'm like, well, I adopted my kid, and Jerry's seen it, and he knows that. And like, I don't know
But
why.
Jerry wasn't thinking about you in that moment, though. That's strictly a politics. I have to agree with this
Well,
side.
that's fine. So you get called out on it.
Right.
That's life. I mean, right. So he makes a statement, and he gets called out on it. And, you know, for years on the old show, he would lead the charge against people who were afraid to come on the show to defend their opinion. He was that person yesterday.
He just said no. He wasn't just.
He texted back and said, no, I don't want to come on. So, you know, he's a pussy. But I know he's a pussy. And like, I'm sure he didn't talk about it in his show yesterday. He won't. And I'm sure, you know, that's because he's, you know, he's afraid. He told me in his text, he think about that tweet again. He didn't agree with it, but he won't say it in his show on Newsmax because he's afraid that crowd will think that he's giving in to that mob. It's just his life now. It's what he's decided to do. And, you know, good luck to him. I don't know. I don't know what you think, Dave. You weighed in early on the show.
That was a mistake.
That was a big mistake.
I did not think it was going that direction.
When I say I'm going to talk for a few minutes, I mean shut up.
I know. That was a bad call. I apologize for that.
And it was also the tone of Dave. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to joke around about this, right, boss?
So stupid. But if you guys are on Jerry's, that's okay too. It doesn't bother me.
No, I was just wondering if more occurred leading up to yesterday's show.
Nothing.
Yeah,
So
it
absolutely
didn't feel like
nothing.
it was about that. It felt like you guys got into an argument.
No,
other than
absolutely not. Well, I think it's, to me, a buildup of what Jerry's become. And it's got nothing, again, like I don't think Leah Thomas should be allowed to swim against the Gaines girl either. Like, I don't think that's fair. I'm about the only person in America who feels that way and then says what I say yesterday. I mean, I'm being called, I was taken off the station because of a transgender activist. And I have people on Twitter saying that it's just insane. Like, I happen to be down the middle, and once you see somebody tweet something, you look at their account, and right away you know who they are. I'm different, and it drives them nuts, and that's okay. No, it didn't. It's just I don't like what Jerry's become, just as a personality. It's just not disappointing. It's his career, but I'm just like, he's just faking it. And this thing, yes, it was just so, and I take my kids I'm very protective and take it very personally. I see that, I'm like, fuck you. You maybe you should worry about, your own kids and not judge other people's kids. I would guess that a lot of gay parents have done a hell of a lot better job raising their kids than Gerry Callahan has. I would just say, I don't know if there's any material about that, but that's what I would say, honestly. And just leave it at that. He's a shithead. Right. He's a racist, homophobic, transphobic shithead. It's fine. I don't know what else to say. Ultimately, like, I fought for a couple of years believing one thing. I know on my end it's not true, and on Jerry's end it actually turned out to be true. So that's what it is.
Yeah, that's where that argument has gotten weird. You've talked about it a bunch the last few weeks, but now it just seems like, can you believe there's gay and trans people in the world? Like, they're just mad about that now because they have nothing else left.
Do I my daughter is a swimmer. Like, if somebody like Leah Thomas was kicking her ass in races, it would drive me fucking crazy. Like, it would. I'm not different than, I completely understand where people are coming from this, but it is broken people. This Dylan Mulvaney, is that her name?
Yeah. Has
literally broken Jerry in half. Yeah. Like, shattered Jerry. I'm seeing people retweeting Matt Walsh saying it cost this company $4 billion. I'm like, I don't even know what to say anymore.
I don't get the idea.
It's so
which
stupid.
Is misleading.
It's just stupid. It's just, I don't even want to, and believe me, the extreme left is just as fucking dumb. Trust me. I know that.
I don't get the idea of like, I have to say this because this is what my listeners or what my base would think, whatever. Because if you are the only guy, like if Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro and Tucker Carlson are all doing that, like, and you're the one guy who isn't that kind of interesting?
He has no base. Jerry has no audience. No one's listening to that podcast. Nobody.
But the people who are have listened to him forever. Yeah. So I would imagine they'll listen to him.
It's a bunch of like
regardless.
Old guys in their 60s. It's like 400 guys listening to the episodes. I know that he's making no money on that other thing, that locals thing. It's a joke. I don't know. We just sold another place. Jerry, go do the State Theater. We'll see how he does. I'll buy a ticket. I'll sit around. I'm in. Let's make a show. I'm in. I'll see what kind of effort he puts in. He'll blame everybody else like he always does. He'll say I'm crazy and whatever, but that got me, no question. So, life goes on. I
don't think I've ever seen somebody delete a tweet and then put it back up 12 hours later. I don't think I've ever seen that move.
Well, I think she with them was probably like, I have to act like I'm,
But why?
Because I have no idea. We should ask her on. Yeah. Ask her on. Okay. I have no problem. I mean, like I said, I understand her, her core and, what happened to her at San Diego State, was it?
Yes, I believe
it was a shitty thing. It's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
I called her a cunt yesterday. I apologize for that. I should correct that. She's a fucking cunt for what she tweeted. But like, I'm allowed to say that, just like people are allowed to tweet at me the things they tweet. This is how the country works. Like, and I feel bad that happened. I don't think she should have to compete against Leah Thomas. Like, I don't think that's a fair competition. I don't know what to say. I happen to think that, transgender people in this country deserve, as many rights as everybody else. At the same time, I don't think they should be allowed to compete athletically, probably against people who are born a different gender. Put me in jail for that. I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm in an island on that one. I don't know what the fuck to say anymore. Like, I'm not offended by the Bud Light commercial, but yet I don't think that they should be able to be an MMA against, there's like 7 of us in America, I guess. So I don't know.
Well, there actually is. It's most people agree with you. They just don't talk into a microphone.
And Twitter's the new sports, and like everyone has to have a fucking take, and everyone has to top everybody. And guys like Jerry don't even believe their shit anymore. And like, it's so whatever. It's just, he's a shitbag.
That is what's wild. Is like 5 years ago, what happened on Twitter would not make the nightly news. So now, like, Dylan Mulvaney is the only thing people are talking about right now.
Right. And I don't even understand, like, I don't really understand. I don't know anything. So I would say it is an industry that is like sports radio in a way. Like, the beer industry is older, and like that business is getting older and whiter, and they're trying to inject youth. Probably, maybe it's not the best idea. I have no idea. Maybe it's the greatest idea ever. Maybe it's the worst idea ever. I don't know, but it's an idea. So I don't really, and I think the average guy who's in the 70s in Iowa drinking the beer has no fucking idea that this is even happening.
Right.
But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about all of it. I have no fucking idea.
That's why it's very smart by Bud Light, because everyone's talking about him for a week. Kid Rock won't buy it for a week maybe, but then in 2 weeks they'll go back, and they own Miller and Coors anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
It's all one fucking big conglomerate.
Yeah. Yeah. What were you saying, Dave?
No, there's just nothing wrong with advertising to a new market. Like, I feel like everybody's overreacting to.
I don't know why. I just don't know why they're so offended. Like, if you think this person's a joke, okay. But I mean, I guess my thing to Jerry or all these extreme right people would be, if they had Mike Tyson do it, would you be offended? No. Okay, he went to jail for raping a woman. Like, you wouldn't say a fucking thing.
Well,
But
Mike
this
Tyson
is
might bother him too. For
right.
different
Well, that's true. But I'm saying, but this is somehow worse. Like,
Right.
why? Like Tyson beat women for years.
The only thing I don't like,
raped a woman, went to jail for 5 years. I understand. We'll get to the thing you don't like about Dave in a second. But but yet because this person, I guess, acts oddly. I don't really.
Like a
I know,
child. Like a child.
which is weird.
It's just, it is. Yeah.
Which I agree. By the way, it's fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
No one doesn't. Most people think that's fucking strange. But like, why are you so up? Like, what's going on that you're that upset about it? That's what I don't get. But you can't have conversations with people like that on either side. The extreme left and the extreme right, they're all fucking gone now. So.
If you think the person's strange, why is that different than like giving Dennis Rodman a sponsorship or something? You know, they're weird people in entertainment forever.
Right. So I don't know. And they act like Kid Rock's a fucking hero. It's like, Jesus Christ.
He's very brave.
I mean, what the fuck are we doing? So I don't know. I mean, that's kind of my length of the day later. Like, I stand by everything I said. I felt bad for Mike. I would not put him in that spot. So, yeah. And I mean, obviously the Jerry relationship is dead, and that's okay. It'll make for a fantastic time in a few weeks at that 5K, but that's my life. So
Mike was definitely ready to get rid of Craig, though. Like that car ride.
Oh, would you have her?
Absolutely.
I don't know. Would have taken him. It would have been about your need for it to happen, because then I just couldn't do shows for a while if I didn't have Craig. So he's a pretty important part of the show.
How is he over?
People
this?
don't
Was
like
he all right or not?
He's totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the funny thing, is that everyone that was calling you crazy reacted very level-headed. No one called me a gutless weasel, even though I didn't speak. I didn't say a word about it.
Well,
I hadn't made a decision.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get it. I'm just looking at. I just saw. Where is it? Yeah, it's just So it's the usual people on the extreme left, extreme right. And it's just like it just wears you out. I'm good. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think Jerry should be criticizing Joe Biden as a parent. That's all I'd say. Honestly, like, look in the mirror first. He's probably a better parent than you are. So yeah, we're good with that. We have 50,000 other things to get to. Where do you want to start?
I just have a question, just randomly.
Mm-hmm.
You're wearing a Masters T-shirt.
Yes.
How are the merch prices at the Masters? Because obviously they're legendary. Their sandwiches are like $2. Beers are like $3 or something.
Ryan actually bought this for me.
Wow.
I fucking paid for everything else. It's pretty reasonable, I think.
Yeah.
I don't. This T-shirt I like, except I don't. I'm gonna have to cut a V-neck into it. I don't like this part of it.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, I don't wear T-shirts like that. It's probably like $20 or something.
Well, that's reasonable.
Yeah. Oh no, everything there is crazy. It was a great day. Thursday was a great day. The Masters was great. Did not get the fist bump from Freddie. Damn. Didn't.
Tough to hear at that spot, but that was, yes.
Emotional. I was right there. I know exactly where the mic was, too. Birdie on 17. Made the cut. Oldest player ever to make the cut. The Masters itself was good. A little snoozy by Sunday afternoon. Like the last 2 hours, not a lot of drama.
Yeah.
A B plus Masters overall, though. Good experience. Hot, 90 degrees a day I was there.
Whitney timed it perfectly.
He did. He had a good one, having a good weather day.
Yes.
Well, I don't quite know. Like, I was there. We were there super early, saw Nicholas tee off, saw a player, saw those guys, and then hustled around for 10 hours, 12 hours. I don't know. Whitney was texting me very late that morning, and you have your phone there. So I don't know how active. I don't know what time he got there. If it's for him, like a couple hours just hanging out.
Yep.
For me, it's work. Like, there's no joy involved. You're there to watch and then leave. So
It's tough.
Was it weird to get your phone, open it up, and see that your entire audience was like trying to spot you, take
I
screenshots?
anticipated it.
Yeah.
I had, you can ask my brother Ryan, Mike won't believe this. 100 people come up to me during it. Yep. There were fans.
It was in Mass?
Yeah, yes, it was. They moved this year. They moved it to Buffalo Wild West. 100 people. It was crazy. Fans of the show, fans of the golf stuff, fans of the bag. It was insane. Ryan was like, "This last time we were there was 19. I was still at Entercom at the time."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You haven't gone in the course of this?
Pandemic. 20, they didn't have it. 21, super limited. And last year we just didn't go.
I thought you did for some reason last year.
Oh, you're right. I did. Jeez, I'm forgetting. I went last year at Magnolia. Jesus. Yeah. That was very undercover. I didn't fucking say a thing to anybody. Did not broadcast it. You're right, Mike. But the last time it was sort of talked about, because we talked about EI at the time. It's a couple people came up to me, but this time Ryan was like, "This is fucking ridiculous." Like, even when we were outside the course, so it was very nice.
Was Ryan getting recognized?
I think a couple people did. Yeah. He's on the scooter this weight, so people had to.
He did have a good performance at Tabors, right? So I mean, I bet
That's true too.
Oh,
that's
right.
true too.
Yeah.
But no, it was it was excellent day. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, well, I mean, I knew that was going to happen. I figured, I anticipated that was going to happen. So I'm disappointed in Callahan on several levels. If I want anybody killed, Andy Gresham had been a good pick.
Oh,
you did your best. It just wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I can't blame Callahan for that one.
Did you reach out to anybody in that community to try and get some momentum going?
I might have sent some DMs along the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they did a little thicker accent, you know,
Yes. Yeah.
that would have been nice.
I think it also fatigue, like right after the last story. It's just
Yeah, it was too much.
Yeah.
The thing I've learned, and obviously you guys have been right there with me during this whole process, is it's
sure have.
it's all about timing to cancel somebody.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Like people want it because yesterday Howard Stern was trending again. People want PC Sleuth to go after Howard Stern now. It's not the right time.
Yeah, you can't cancel Stern. He's uncancelable. We know all the old stuff.
Yeah, people have tried.
Believe me, we've tried. It's not going to work. Yeah. Stern's thing was basically like, why are these people so worked up? Basically, what I'm saying, right? In a way.
Yes. Yeah.
Why are people so worked up about Dylan Mulvaney?
People are saying you're becoming Stern.
I see that. I do see some of that. Yeah, it's hurtful. I don't know what to say.
That is pain.
Well, I don't know what to say. Yes. Well, yeah. Well, whatever.
It was weird yesterday, Mike. Literally, we haven't seen Mike for 2 weeks. We haven't seen him since the live show. He was bringing up all these things.
It's not that weird.
Well, it's just kind of weird. He's bringing up all these things that, like, he wasn't here for Lynn and Cheeks.
I wasn't, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even need to recap
No, but
everything.
it's just weird to think
I
about.
didn't need you to.
Yeah, the show rolls on.
I wanted to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it.
Well, you guys
I
talk
saw
about-
people saying like, "Oh, Mike's gonna bring up all." I'm like, I don't host the show. You can talk about whatever you want.
You guys have plenty of car rides to have those discussions.
That's what we did.
Yeah, perfect. That's what it's all about. I will say, since I've been gone, what is going on with our old friend Ben Albright? Anything new in the last couple of days, or
I've
no?
not seen much from Ben Albright in the last few days, at
Okay.
least. But
Obviously,
he's,
I was down south when this all happened.
Yeah.
And I don't really quite understand. Was he drunk or?
So, a listener of this show, Blind Owl, wrote an article about it and then was apparently DMing with him.
I believe that.
Yes.
I almost called him
Yeah,
Murchison. Albright literally can't help himself.
Yes.
Like he's incapable of. I am telling you, I said this, Steve and I were messaging about this. I swear to God, you could do a season case on Albright. Like what we don't know is insane.
Yeah, which is why I'm
Insane.
surprised this is the thing where everyone is like, "All right, he is crazy."
Well, it kind of crossed over.
This
like
seems
the
more mild than the
mainstream.
other shit that you guys talked about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't give a shit what he's like doing. Who cares?
He went on a 10 tweet thread that he never needed to do
He
whatsoever.
was a bizarre human being. He's the strangest guy in the world. I actually had forgotten about him.
Yeah.
And I saw he was trending and a bunch of people were tweeting at me about him. I was like, did he like die or did he lose his mind? And I guess he lost his mind. And then the other woman got in the mix. And then it was it seemed like it was just madness. As usual with Albright, though, I'm like, I don't know so it led me to go read, I think Turtleboy wrote a good story about it. Right?
Yes.
I think he did at the time. Yeah. You should go look that up. It's pretty funny. Because I just forgot about the Albright. I forgot about the Albright stories. Like he's like 26 different.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he's from like Germany, and then his dad played in the PGA Tour. He was a Golden Gloves.
He was an
boxer.
exaggerated what you've created Cullen into.
Yeah.
Like he's really that.
And
Like
obviously
genuinely.
his war record is total bullshit, which led to I'm reading this and I'm like, this fucking guy, like this idiot Portnoy wanted to fire Steve and me over this because of the other idiot Chaps, who now is trying proactively to be like a nice guy on Twitter and get all the Minifans to be like, And Chaps very nice to reach out to me yesterday, and whatever. I mean, I don't. Like I'm kind of like, well, you tried to get Steve fired, like, and then I talked to him on the phone that weekend 4 years ago, whatever it was. He was a total dick, like,
Well, that's one of the things I was referencing is like you guys said, hey, this guy's lying about his military service and this and that, which you would think like would have Chaps be like, what? And yet this seems so mild. Like he was drunk tweeting about his ex-girlfriend and sexting or something.
He was the one
Or
question.
maybe he was
saying he
sober
wasn't
or
drunk?
whatever.
Blind Owl said, do you have any questions for him? I said, was he intoxicated when he started tweeting this? And he denied being intoxicated.
why don't we have him on?
That's good. That drunks never do that. So that's how you know it's
I
true.
believe him. He wouldn't lie. If you asked him to come on,
I haven't yet. If you want me to.
yeah,
I
it's
will.
requested.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It is funny to hear like other radio shows covered it. And then they were obviously making fun of the tweet thread, but then they're like, and then I started Googling the guy, and I saw that he's a veteran and his a remarkable service record and all this stuff. It's like, Jesus.
I can't really, I can't figure out Albright ever. I don't know. There's obviously does he still, like that day, did he do like a show? Does he have a show?
I think he does have a show. He was taken off the air, I believe.
Oh, he was off for a while.
And I know they just said it's a personal matter.
Oh, that was the crazy thing is when like the New York Post was covering. It's like
I know.
what
It's
is
crazy.
this? I don't
I
get
know.
it.
I'm the same way, Mike. Is there something else going on here? I mean, it's funny to see, He's just a weird, but he's a weird, dark fucking guy.
Yeah.
Very strange. And we learned that 4 years ago. 4 years ago now? Yeah, I guess it was just about. Yeah. And like that, when he was scrambling and sending Steve all these messages like, yeah, this isn't true. I didn't really, remember Harvard? He claimed he went to Harvard. He didn't.
Like, the craziest thing of all is the origin of VLS KMS, where he started tweeting.
Oh, that's right.
German or something?
He said like the Russians hijacked his.
Yeah.
I forgot. Right. I mean, yeah, right. I keep forgetting about these things. Where he kept saying like, yeah, it was like that. He's like, it was hijacked by like the Russian government or something.
Right.
And you're like, what? It was all bull. Yeah, that's where it came from. Is that
VLS
right?
came. I think he's the one that made that up, which is a bizarre thing to like abbreviate two things that are technically like it shows he's almost like a fan of the show. I guess.
I guess. I don't know. Who knows? But very funny to see that. That was what, the end of last week?
Yes, I do agree with him though. Emotional cheating is just as bad.
Sure. Oh, sure. Listen, yeah. I guess, yeah.
Right.
I mean,
I'd definitely be just as mad if I walked into my bedroom and fucking.
Well, actually, he was sexting too, so that's even deeper.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he's a man. He's a football guy.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Let's get some of that man out.
He's
of
a real
Yeah.
scumbag, is what it comes down to. She's got kids.
He's just a dark, deeply dark human being who has major mental. Is somebody I know has major mental issues. Major mental.
He owes her $40K apparently too.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. So yeah, that's not. So I mean, he's broke. If he's, was there $40,000? I mean, Jesus.
I guess
Christ.
they bought
what
a
does
house
he,
together.
What does he do?
sorry.
He's the beat reporter for the Broncos for a radio station. He hosts a
Yes.
show about him or
I
something.
guess. Yeah. I think it's amazing he's still there. Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully we can get him on.
Yeah, I'll reach out again.
Why
That
was he
all
ever?
blocked,
I don't remember why he was on your radar to begin with.
He went after Barstool about something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was our whole thing. We're like, we're fucking defending you idiots. I forget
That's
what
even
it
weirder
was.
because Chaps is say what you want about it. He is a Barstool guy.
For sure.
Like, he would
Oh,
go to
look,
bat for them in that
look,
regard.
look, Chaps and I are in a better place we were 4 years ago for sure,
Yeah.
but like, he still tried to get Steve fired. Like that,
Well, Steve enjoyed that. Whatever he tweeted that day, he enjoyed that.
but yeah, I forget what it was. It was so early on. I don't know if probably wasn't the Bruins thing.
No, it would have been
this
after
was in, like,
that. I think.
August.
Yeah.
I remember it was in August. I just don't remember what it was.
I can't remember either.
No, somebody will tell us.
Yeah.
But no, Turtleboy did a good story. I see Turtleboy's now being critical of me for the whole Jerry thing, which is fine. As always, everything's political. Nobody can cross any lines. But he wrote a good story on Albright. So go look that up if you want to. What else going on?
I can confirm, unfortunately, the Chris Curtis podcast that was released late last week was not when he was suspended. They did not record that.
I figured there's no way.
Yeah, I thought there was a slight chance because he had all that free time.
He's terrified. I bet you hasn't tweeted a thing since he came back.
I haven't seen much.
No chance. I bet you not a chance. That's an original tweet.
I thought we were close to making a little bit of a comeback with Mina Kimes the other day, but I didn't.
Actually, the way that validates Curtis, doesn't it?
It is somewhat.
I mean, it's, did you see this or no?
No.
On her TikTok or no?
Yeah, you should.
She does like the spinning thing, or what's what, like the celebrities you look most like.
Yeah.
And the first one that came up was for her was Mila Kunis.
Right.
And she made a joke about it. I'm like, well, that actually kind of makes Curtis right. I don't know.
You're saying the quiet part out loud.
I didn't want to say. I don't know what to say. I mean, I guess we have to apologize. Give him his money back. I don't know what to say. Yeah, what can you do? Yeah, that was kind of funny. She has a good sense of humor about it.
Yeah, she does.
I have to say, she's a pretty good sport.
Way better because my image of her was that she would be someone that would go way overboard in trashing Curtis and playing a victim and all that shit. She hasn't done it for a second.
It's kind of like I compared it to kind of Brady with Reamer. It was like she knew she could get him. She knew she could get him.
but Brady did kind of play.
Brady
a
made
victim.
Reamer twist in the wind a little bit, though.
Yeah,
and he
sure.
hung up on her show and acted like a baby. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I thought Mina Kimes would do that, but even worse, and she didn't do anything close.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Brady saw that Dalai Lama thing. He's like, what's the big fucking deal? Every day with my kid. He had his shirt on. Jesus.
What a fucking weird thing that was. And then the apology was even.
And again, though, I now I'm getting, this is just in my head the last couple of days, but again, now the right, like this, the Dalai Lama is making out with a kid. It's asking a kid to suck his tongue, correct? Is that correct?
My tongue.
Okay. And the left is like, yeah, but Joe Biden sniffs hair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, that's also creepy. Correct. Like, but this is also really weird. Like, just focus on this. It doesn't have to be about this and that. It could just be, we can all get together as a world and focus on this stuff later and say the Dalai Lama. Let me hear it again, Dave.
Edsa. my tongue.
That is fucking so weird. Why
English
even,
is not his first language.
even-
Let's hear the man out.
Why even make that political? Why is that? How can that be politicized?
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. What makes it political? I don't know enough about the Dalai Lama. I
Well, they
guess.
get very defensive of religion no matter what, or whatever. So now they're like, yeah, why are you making fun of this old guy? Joe Biden is also weird. Like, yep, correct. Yeah.
Right, I can do that for every
What
pervert.
else? Like, Jesus Christ. Is there any school shootings? Nope. Like, can you fucking imagine if Twitter was around for 9/11? Holy fucking shit.
Wow, yeah.
Jesus Christ. There'd be Jerry would be celebrating if he finds out who the fucking hijackers were. Celebrating.
Yeah. Well, the country was, if you go and listen to any radio show from that day, people were kind of doing that.
Yeah.
It just wasn't as politicized. It was just everyone saying, like, get him.
Right, go get him.
What were they
The
like?
thesis is well written, but there are some mistakes.
Well, I wasn't able to download it.
I'll send you the copy. The hotel room smelled. What do you want me to say? It was an open fist. What were you say, Dave?
What was that kid? Is that like one of those things where like the Dalai Lama's healing that kid? Is that what they're doing?
I mean, maybe. Okay, I guess maybe. How would you feel if, like, God forbid, one of your kids was sick?
my God, I
The Dalai Lama was like, suck
I would have
my,
taken a chair over that guy's head.
suck my tongue. That was a great moment.
That could be, he's a healer of sorts. Who knows what that does? I'm not against trying things.
If I had inoperable fucking pancreatic cancer, I would rather die of that than suck the man's tongue. Like, maybe restorative, but I'm like, I'm all set. I don't think I can come back from that.
It's for some reason way grosser than saying "suck my dick."
Way grosser.
Guy's got a great sense of humor.
In your life, have you ever, like, making out with a girl, ever sucked her tongue?
Oh yeah.
Well, you're different.
No,
Have you?
No, I've never
Sucked on someone's tongue?
I can't imagine.
No,
Would
I'm
you-
not- I'm
that would be
aggressive,
difficult
but-
to
Would you be
do.
willing to suck Mike's tongue right now or no?
Yeah, definitely.
Mike, you in for that?
Come on, get over it.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That is weird that their first inclination is to go after Biden or somebody else
Who's
like that.
completely, like, by the way, completely fucking bizarre. It is weird to put his arm around girls and smell their fucking hair. It's
Whisper
really,
and-
it's
yeah.
very fucking creepy. No question.
Right,
but
but
that's not the first thing I thought of. I was like, this is fucking funny.
Yeah, you just saw a
Can
guy.
we just laugh at this weirdness?
We just saw a guy who appears to be a pedophile. Why don't we go try to find more examples of him being a pedophile?
In religion,
Take
you
him
won't
down.
find any of that. Good luck.
That's what, and I even said this about like the Curtis thing: is take any Curtis or canceling elements out of it, whatever. If it was just a random radio show in Toledo, we would have played that audio and laughed about it. Like, how do you not see a video of the Dalai Lama saying "suck my tongue" and get some sort of humor value out of it? Like, it's
Did
weird
Kevin
that
do
you
a video
can't
of that? I
do
didn't
that.
see it.
Yeah, he did the 1 minute man.
Did he? Okay, yeah. I said,
did he?
perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
So how was the trip overall?
It was great.
Yeah?
Lovely weather.
Yeah. Was it the two of you?
No, so my it was same as last year. My family was down there with the boat. I just didn't want to say there's only like one marina on that island, I think, so I didn't want to get too specific.
Oh,
but
the mob there, yeah.
oh yeah, well, you know how people are.
Well, after that
Steve
cheer,
t-
after the state theater. I mean,
Steve
sure,
taught me
magic
well.
is-
They'll look at a fucking bus sign in the background and find you.
Masters at work. So you were there for how long?
8 days total.
8 days. No engagement.
No,
Okay. Never considered.
no, no, real. We're waiting to buy a house first. Is the
Oh, okay, yeah. Smart. Good strategy.
Savvy. I mean, she's going to give me $80,000.
It is a lever.
And ladies, my text line is open.
That's a tough topic right there. The world is split on that one. Do you get married first or do you get the house first? That's
So
the-
Once you buy a house, whether you're married or not, you're married.
Yeah. And our logic is we'd rather spend, $50,000 or whatever on a down payment for a house than a party where
Oh, totally.
neither of us want it. It's for everyone else, essentially.
Completely.
You know?
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's smart.
That was the one like argument I think with my not argument. It's not fair to say that, but with my in-laws, I bought a house before and it was only in my name,
Yeah.
and they were very protective of their daughter.
Not
in
your
that
current
situation. Yeah.
Oh, you won't? The
Yeah.
house is in your name.
Yes. Yeah. But they were just very protective of her. Like, that's what if you guys broke up? What if this and that? And I was just
She
like,
can hit the
well,
bricks.
Well, you didn't pay for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, we were dating at that point, so I don't know. That was weird to me.
Well, there you go. Get Turtleboy on. He's now calling me Huffstool or whatever. Transfer. Yeah.
I haven't heard that in a while. That's good.
Combination of Huffington Post and Barstool.
I understood. That's why I liked it so much.
So just praising his story on
Much better than woke stool. People tried woke stool for a while. I feel like it didn't stick.
what's Barfstool? What was that? Is that
That's Deadspin.
Deadspin because they won't say Barstool?
Exactly.
No clicks though.
You affect the algorithm.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart. So he wants to come on.
I'm just gonna call.
He'll come on, unlike Jerry, I think.
You.
Hey, what's going on? We just saw your tweets.
Hey.
You're live on the show. What's up?
What's going on?
Not too much. I just, I am here as always to defend my friend Dylan Mulvaney, who I think is one of the 3 greatest Americans living today.
Are you drinking a Bud Light?
I am. I had 12 this morning. They were excellent. Is that bad? I drove. That's okay, isn't it?
No, it's a very progressive beer.
So I saw your tweets. First of all, by the way, Dave, how many minutes ago was I praising his?
Mere moments ago.
Yeah, that was before I went full Huffstool. I was praising your old Albright story. People should go find that. So I guess my bigger issue is not so much the transgender, which, as I said earlier, I think the Leah Thomas stuff is bananas. I wouldn't, I don't think she should be competing against people who are born female. My issue with Jerry is more the adoption stuff. My daughter's adopted. I take that super personally. So that's essentially where I come down on that. So I just wanted you, to respond to your tweet in kind.
But he didn't say you, and he never said he's against adoption. You read into that.
Oh, he said it to me in the past on the show, and he retweeted this cunt who tweeted that out.
Why do you call her a cunt?
Because she's a cunt.
Why?
Because she said that the people who are gay can't love kids, can't have kids and adopt them. It's crazy. I've seen it. It's fucking. It's closed. She did. She danced around. It's closed-minded. It's bigoted, and to me, it's like. To suggest I've gone full Huffstool, whatever that is silly. I just said the Leah Thomas thing is not. I mean, you know that's not true. But Jerry is transphobic. I mean, there's no question about that.
Yeah, but even using that word is just woke in and of itself.
Why?
Like, what does that mean?
What does woke in that context mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, because you worry about the inclusion of men in women's sports, you're transphobic.
No. Jerry's transphobic because he thinks less of somebody who lives life as a transgender person. He thinks they're silly. He thinks they're not serious. He mocks them. I've heard him do it. So that's where it's to me. I totally agree. A conversation about the Leah Thomases is totally relevant. And I've said at some point, and it's already happened, someone's gonna get really fucking hurt in one of these sports, and then the conversation will change. To me, it's the adoption thing, and when this Riley Gaines says that the gay people can't have kids, and I'm just like, it's counterproductive. It's hurting the original argument, which is a real argument. To me, that's when you lose people, including me on that as somebody who has an adopted kid. I'm like, fuck you. I'm with you on the swimming stuff. Keep your fucking mouth shut on the kid stuff.
So that tweet that she deleted, right? It had 200. It was the full 240 characters, whatever, right?
Yeah.
She said a lot of things in that tweet. Is it possible that Jerry retweeted that tweet?
That's no defense.
Because he believed in other things in the tweet besides that one statement.
Well, I'll just tell you what Jerry texted me back. I'll say you have a point. I didn't really think it through, and I don't think it's worth blowing up our friendship. So, he did read it, and now because he got called out on it, now he's trying to back off on it. That's all. And I appreciate you defending Jerry. I know you like him. But to me, there's stuff in her tweet that I think is definitely right and worth discussing. And then that thing, which I think is a shitty, homophobic thing to say. I mean, to me, you might be right. But to me, to be because you can't birth a kid, you'll never know what it's like to have a daughter. That to me that's homophobic. That's the definition. That's the definition of it.
Do you think that Jerry has a problem with you adopting?
I know he's made fun of it. I know he's talked about it in the past.
Do you think he has a problem with it?
I don't know. Probably not, but I think he has a problem with 2 guys or 2 women adopting somebody. That is homophobic, right? Am I wrong?
Well, I would agree with that, but I've seen nothing from Jerry that suggests that.
Well, no, you said in the past on the old show. You said that he doesn't think gay people should be allowed to adopt kids.
I think you were looking way too into that and looking for a way to make it about you when it wasn't about you at all. And
you might be right. Oh, you might completely be right, but that's the way I took it. But I don't know.
That's why I said it's a reach. I'm like, you're just reading.
Well, it's a reach. I'd say it's a reach to say I've gone full Huffstool. I think it's probably a reach as well. I mean, I'm willing to have the conversation.
Just the word transphobic, whenever I hear somebody accuse someone else, when you're trying to dunk on someone else for not being, properly progressive enough and calling them transphobic, that is
right. No, I get that, but I fundamentally this is where I disagree. I think you could be the middle ground, and then also, but then there's the extreme, which I think could be transphobic, homophobic, whatever phobic. But then there's the other part where I don't think they are at all. I don't know. Like I said earlier, I just feel like there's no place in social media anymore for somebody like me who thinks, hey, I don't think it's fair that Leah Thomas gets to do this. But then also, I don't think it's that big of a deal that Dylan Mulvaney is there doesn't seem like there's a big spot for that anymore. I feel like it's the extreme left, the extreme right, and everybody else is just sailing away.
So you don't you like the the Dylan Mulvaney thing doesn't like bother you at all. That's what you're saying?
Not in the. By the way, I'm also saying I'm not even saying it could very well be a terrible business decision. I don't even know. Like I don't know well enough, but like, am I personally like angry when I see that commercial? No, I'm just not.
It's just bigger picture stuff. It's just constantly pushed on us. Constantly. Like, you know, when gay people wanted to get married, the whole argument, and I agree with it, was we just want to mind our own business and marry who we want to marry, and we're all for it. But now it's just like, you know, you're going to accept this. We're going to make it. We're going to push this. It's going to be on Bud Light. You're going to accept. You're going to call this person by the pronouns that they demand that you do, and they really push it on you, and it affects like your day-to-day life. Like, for instance, my daughter, you know, she played 7 years old. She got a girl in her class on her soccer team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all of a sudden, the girl becomes Jack.
Right.
Because the parents sent the girl to a therapist and said, no, you're going to call her Jack now, as opposed to, you know, just going through a phase. And so now poor Jack has to play on the girls' soccer team. And we're getting to the point now where boys are starting to be better than girls at soccer. And poor Jack is getting his ass kicked. And so Jack had to come back to the boys' team. And so this to the girls' team. And this affects me now because how do you explain this to a 7-year-old? Like, my daughter is getting confused. Like, what, Jack? Wait, so you're on the girls' team, now you're on the boys' team. What the hell is going on here? So it's not one of those things that you can just live and let be. Like, it encroaches on everyone else's life, and now I have to explain this insane, bizarre concept.
But I don't think the Dylan Mulvaney commercial like affects your personal day in day out. You don't care. Just change the channel.
Well,
it's sort of like you guys want and I agree. The right wants, hey, we want total freedom. People should be able to do whatever they want. Less government. And then Dylan Mulvaney's in the commercial, and the fucking right has lost their mind to the point where they're like the canceling culture. It's fucking crazy.
How is that cancel culture?
I've seen people say don't buy Bud Light because they did this.
I saw Gerry retweeted people saying don't do this, cancel it, don't buy this, don't buy their products.
Yeah, that's not cancel culture.
Then what is?
If you like don't want to buy a product because you don't agree with their values, that's not cancel culture.
But Turtleboy, that's what the other side does.
But that's kind of like that's what Murchison was doing. Like I don't really see the difference.
Well, Murchison was being dishonest. Like we're not. Our side isn't being dishonest.
I think it's being amplified, especially with this Dylan Mulvaney thing. I think people are amplifying. Like I don't think Gerry and you are like. I don't think you're foaming at the mouth that Dylan Mulvaney is doing these commercials. I think it's.
Our side just has a problem with the fact that this is constantly being forced on us in culture anywhere. You can't even drink a freaking Bud Light without looking at this dude's face who is modeling female products. Like it's just and the guy has influence. Like Dylan Mulvaney met with Joe Biden before before the midterm election.
Oh, right.
Sit down with him.
Right.
No one else gets that.
Right.
These people have a lot of influence in our society, and we have a right to just be like, no, this is too much. We're not supporting this.
Of course you do.
Murchison intentionally misled advertisers by taking things out of context and sending it to them and making you seem to have positions that you don't actually have.
Well, me anyway. Gerry was right about, but yeah.
But if Bud Light hired some like big right-wing celebrity, I don't know who that would be, fucking Clint Eastwood or something, to be a sponsor, and people started saying don't buy Bud Light, you would say that's cancel culture, right?
No, I would actually be like, that was a poor decision. Like, don't hire really controversial people, I would say. Like, if I was running a business, I would just not hire controversial people to be the face of my product. That's just me.
Yeah, no, I get that.
That's fair.
It's a hard, like I said, it seems like this particular one has broken the extreme right in half, though. Like, it seems like they're not handling this thing well.
Well, it's just, you see the videos of did you see the Riley Gaines videos of her being cornered? She had to sit in and they demanded a ransom to let her go.
Yeah, so it's crazy. That's what I said. I said it was nuts what they did to her. I agree with a lot of what she says. I just think, I think she's enjoying her moment in the sun now a lot. I think put it this way. I think she's happy that happened now because she's gotten some real juice out of it. If she'd go over and do it again, she would definitely do it over again. She's thrilled it happened.
I think Turning Point USA is more happy about anything because they're the ones that center there. And here's my question for TPUSA. Like, they want that. They make a lot of money off it.
Yeah.
Why don't they hire the Hell's Angels? I mean, we're being held hostage by a bunch of blue-haired losers who have never been in a fight their whole life. Why are we cowering to these people? Like, you have money, Charlie Kirk. Pay the Hell's Angels to come down there and give her protection. This doesn't happen, but he wants this to happen. He wants the viral outrage videos. And unfortunately got it.
All right, well, go write another Albright story and find something else. I have to do a case season 3, so go find some other story, would you please, for Christ's sake?
All right, I got it.
Talk to you later, see you. There you go, Turtleboy. Well, at least I give him credit. Like, he comes on and has his opinion. You might disagree with him. You might agree with him.
Turtleboy is a good example of why you should actually talk to people, because you'll see his tweets. You'll be like, this fucking asshole.
Oh, I know.
And you'll talk to him and you'll be like, all right, he's making some good points.
I'm not mad at him. I just saw it. I was like, oh, he's good at stuff like that. So
Yeah.
come on.
I just don't agree with them from a big picture standpoint. Like Bud Light asked Dylan Mulvaney to make a post. She made a post to her audience only. It wasn't like a billboard on 93 where everyone in their mother sees it.
But you got to be. But if you do that, you got to be ready for. Like, you got to be smart to know this is coming. Like,
Sure, I think they wanted. I think it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
maybe I know. Yeah, you might be right. That's what I'm saying. There's no way to know. Like I said, the guys in Magnolia, right? What's the other town? Where's the town where I had breakfast that morning? Macomb. I think the guys in Macomb who drink Bud Light every day when they go to the supermarket have any fucking idea this is going on?
This one they might. This stuff. I feel like the boys talk about this. Yeah.
Maybe. But you know what's different now? Honestly, weirdly for these guys is that Rush is gone.
What do you mean?
Rush Limbaugh is gone.
Rush.
You know what? They
Clay
probably
Travis is the guy now.
They probably watch Tucker though.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And you think Clay Travis doesn't like it when he like creates a new beer the next day and says, "No, buy this. This is American made or whatever."
Like I said, I mean, I get it, but like, you know, do you think if they could do it over again, they would take back that school shooting with the transgender person doing it? Of course not.
Right.
Of course not. They love it.
Well, the reason I'm saying it's smart for Bud Light too is it's not necessarily smart for this week because they might have lost sales. I know their stock prices down, all that shit. I'm saying in 3 weeks, with no one has any fucking memory of this happening.
That is true.
They'll start buying Bud Light again, and it's in their mind for some subliminal reason that they don't even realize.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
Though it does kind of it feels like it's having a big impact on Bud Light. I feel like the Matt
But
Walsh,
it always does for a minute.
The $4 billion thing, I think they're talking about market cap, which all of a sudden the stock price could jump and they're back in business. But it does feel like, from what I'm reading,
I mean, I don't know. It hasn't affected M&M's. That was a big deal for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it comes.
M&M's are still moving.
Yeah.
Although it's like, if somebody starts drinking a different beer, though, maybe they'll just be like, oh, you know, M&M's. You kind of, I don't know what the alternative is.
I don't know. Other candies, I
guess. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I know. SimpliSafe is here. Spring cleaning coming this year. Clean your house, protect every inch of it with SimpliSafe Home Security. I recommend that to everyone. Cutting edge technology, 24/7 professional monitoring, fast protect technology, only from SimpliSafe. 24/7 professional monitoring service under $1 a day. You can lock and unlock your doors, access your cameras, and disarm your system from anywhere. CNET named SimpliSafe Editor's Choice for 2023. Here's what you do. You customize a perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplisafe.com/Kirk. SIMPLI. safe.com/Kirk. Go today and claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off your order with interactive monitoring. I have it. You should have it as well. SimpliSafe.com/Kirk. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. 20% off your order with interactive monitoring, free indoor security camera. SimpliSafe.com/Kirk. SimpliSafe.com/KIRK. What else is going on?
You guys are the Yankees guys. Did you have a problem with that bat boy like Michael Kay? You see that story?
I didn't see it.
He's long hair with a mustache.
Oh, I saw him on Twitter.
And Michael Kay on the broadcast was all upset.
Well, Mr. Steinbrenner, when he was alive, would not have allowed that.
Certainly not.
No,
definitely not.
Rules are rules.
What did Michael Kay have to say?
Strange to see a Yankee uniform and somebody wearing that uniform with that sort of hair. There are rules. Rules are rules. He's disobeying two of them. I think there's facial hair, and I think there's obviously the hair is below the collar.
Facts. I don't know what to say. Facts.
Yeah.
I mean,
How to win?
Is that how that broadcast sounds? The fan volume is.
Is that what it sounds like the whole time?
So loud. The fans are so passionate there.
That's weird. Is he right? They probably have the windows. I guess I never.
Yes, has always had a weird broadcast.
Right?
The crowd was very loud. Yeah.
That is really busy. Jesus, who's the color guy?
I don't know who does
it.
Color.
Rotates. I know. I don't know if Paul O'Neill's still there.
Oh, he's
David
there, right?
Cohn.
I remember Ken Singleton used to do it forever.
Yep.
Well, good for him. I think that's important.
Do you want to congratulate Dale Arnold on a long, storied career?
I did see that last night. Yeah. What a moment. I bet you most people at the game were like, oh, yeah, he's around. Like, they have no memories of him doing like Bruins, like, not really. I mean, I'm happy for. So Dale, to his credit, just like retired. I mean, probably got pushed out, but retired, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. So they had like an announcement for him and everything? They had like a commercial?
Yeah.
Against his wishes. He begged them not to do it.
I'm sure of that. That's what he said. He was very upset. Well, he wouldn't lie. What do we have?
Dale, congratulations. It's been nearly 30 years. It's been a pleasure to have you as a member
Who's that?
of Spoke Beat.
That is Charlie Jacobs was the first one to pay tribute.
Very cheapskates in history. Yeah, go ahead.
Wishing you a heartfelt congratulations on your decision to retire and step away. I don't know if there's anything you haven't covered or done in this.
Who's this?
That's Don Sweeney.
Wow.
Oh,
the
the
general
bigwigs.
manager of the Bruins. Don's
Wow.
okay. Go ahead.
Fairness, he is the only guy who's ever done all the teams, right? So what else is
Oh,
left
yeah.
to be
Yes, I remember I put that mocking him once in my Twitter bio. I said I'm the only person ever to do all while I was there, and he was like, "Just so you know, I actually did that."
It is an exclusive club.
I was like, "I know Dale. That's the joke." So Dale's just totally retired now.
Yeah.
Just come on now.
Riding off into the sunset.
Oh,
He sure
true,
can.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I said to him, "Can you do something for the Wilbur?" He's like, "Oh, I think my friends at Nesson wouldn't be very happy about that." So now he can come in on Friday.
Free and clear.
We got Mutt and Dale in together.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be great.
They buried the hatchet. I guess John Wallach and him had a history together. And
Yeah,
they
he
buried the
hated-
hatchet this morning.
Yes.
Oh, he went on Touch Rich?
Yeah.
Oh, he did. He went on like
Yes.
competitor station.
It was
Yes.
maybe the most anticlimactic thing you've ever heard in your life.
I do. I now that we have you on, there's this weird tension with the gentleman next to me, Mr. John Wallach, who
They're not. Hold on. They're not. Oh, Fred's funeral's tomorrow. Go ahead.
He's looking at me very strange right now. I think that this should be the moment that we bury the hatchet. I think that there's a.
Why is Dale
John always-
on?
Celebrating a career.
Oh, he wasn't on the EI.
Well, Billy Jaffe does weekly hits.
Oh, my
and
God.
Billy probably got him on.
Dale. Oh, nobody loves anybody more than Dale as Billy Jaffe.
You called him one of his best friends,
The
right?
biggest drip God has ever put on earth, Billy Jaffe. Go ahead.
And John, is there anything you would like to say to
John
Dale?
Wallach, by the way,
Congratulations.
total asshole. But go ahead.
Congratulations. You've had a hell of a career. And I said it online last night. I mean, there aren't many people that have been local legends in both radio and television. You accomplished that. I only wish you the best in your retirement.
Carol
Thank you.
O'Connor,
I,
TV legend.
I don't have many regrets over the way the career has gone. If I have one, it's that you and I apparently haven't gotten along the way we should have, and I'll take complete responsibility for that and apologize to you. And whatever happened, God knows how many years
I think
ago.
Dale might be a nice guy, maybe underneath it all. I've battled with that for like the last 12 years, 13 years. I don't know.
And that makes me sad.
Thank you, Dale. Well, I'm doing my best. It will be fine. Dale's very nice. He told me he loved me at my dad's funeral. So, and I do feel bad. I actually like Fred Toucher, so I'm glad that was found, and hopefully he's going to be okay.
Do you think it's really Dale's one regret is that he was mean to John Wall? Like it kept him up at night for the last 10 years or so?
Definitely,
15 years?
Definitely, yeah. Absolutely. So we wish Dale well.
The idea that it took that company so long to get that doctor, and it wasn't even the company, it was a listener.
It's also, I think,
insane.
a little bit on the person. Like, I don't, like.
Why?
Because he sound like at some point you have to go. I'd be going to a lot of doctors.
Wouldn't you, as the employer, like you're dependent on his voice to make you money? Wouldn't you want to help him as much as humanly possible?
Sure, but I wonder how much I don't know. I'm glad, it seems like he's
I
going
think
to be
he said
okay.
on one of the shows that they're like using his voice against him in contract negotiations.
Well, I believe it.
Yeah.
It sounds insane. That I apologize to that caller that was calling in for a while doing the Fred Toucher impression because I was like, "Oh, Fred must have a sore throat." I don't
incredible.
really get. It sounds ridiculous.
It's
Like,
incredible.
It was crazy.
It's incredible. Yeah. Incredible. I feel terrible for him. I'm glad he's going to. Hopefully he's off for his own sake. Like I said the other day, just be off the air until the Patriots start playing again. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, right. You'll still
be
be
off. Come back
20.
in September. It doesn't matter. Like just be healthy and feel better and look better and. Because he's a mess right now.
Yeah, but if he had an employer who gave a fuck about him, this would have
Dave,
been
there are
fine 3
companies.
months ago.
Dave, there are guys
Stick it
everywhere
to the
who
man,
go through
Dave.
this. Like sometimes you have to do it on your own. Like my parents had employers. Like at some point you have to like find things on your own as well.
Yeah, but, like his voice is the business.
I understand that, but he also should have probably maybe done more himself.
Oh, he's an idiot because I guarantee you that was headline news. Like that fucking doctor that saved Adele's life. That was
Okay,
on.
but you might not think that's your situation. Maybe he went to good doctors and told him other things.
That's what I was saying to Dave. Is like 2-3 times a month, people send me articles like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah,
this
you can
cure
see,
for
right,
blindness"
yeah.
or whatever. And I'm like, it's not the same.
Dave
thing.
thinks a celebrity has it, then like it means something. It doesn't mean Adele didn't
he
have
made it seem like he went to like urgent care for that voice.
Well, then that's on him.
Yes, but
That's what
also
I'm saying.
like I would just think your employer who makes money on your
Maybe they
voice-
were trying. I have no idea. I don't want to defend anybody here. I like Fred.
That
I'm
company
glad.
just like treats them like shit. They make them pay for fucking producers. They They do 25 shares in the morning.
Yeah, but they're probably making them. They're losing money. The company's losing money. It's not 1987. Like the company's losing money. I feel bad for Fred. I'm glad he's feeling better.
Yeah.
That argument they got in the other day was bizarre, also.
Yeah.
Well, I think there was obviously just a shitload of stuff going on there.
But it was weird because it seemed like the comparison I made is like if I came back and was like, why did you guys do that Cheeks and Lynn thing without me? And you were like, well, you weren't here. And I was like, fair point. That's what the whole argument seemed like.
But that argument, well, you're asking me if there's more stuff going Jerry. There isn't. But that to me, like, that's a classic. There's 50 things going on that they didn't talk about there.
I guess so.
That seemed like
but also he's probably scared shitless his voice is never going to sound the same, and he could never work
also scared
again.
about his health, and and I don't like Rich, but I get his angle. He's every day is like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah. Right.
Meanwhile, they're getting enormous ratings, and they probably want to cut their pay because radio is in a weird spot right now.
Yeah.
And it's got to be annoying for Rich because you have to have the guy's going through a thing with his voice. He's going through a divorce. So as a human being, you have to have some sympathy, but it's also like, I'm dealing with this every fucking day. You know?
I think it's the old like Mick Jagger taking care of Keith Richards. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, can we just put an album out and tour without a shitload of problems?
Ooh, speaking of that, did you see that Dante blog yesterday?
No.
Barstool?
Oh, the Springsteen one?
Yeah.
I don't care. So I'm not if somebody doesn't like a show, what am I going to yell at them? They don't like a concert?
Yeah.
Go after him.
I mean, I like Dante. He didn't like the Springsteen show. I get it. He seemed upset about the ticket prices, I think, from what I read.
Everyone should be.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I don't. What else going on?
Nothing overly exciting. I don't think so. It's all political and everything like that. Yeah.
It's all political and
Yeah,
everything.
like that Trump and Tucker interview last night. That was stupid. Isn't Tucker Carlson the one who, like, in the text messages just came out and said
I didn't watch this, to be clear.
Yeah, it was just stupid. I don't know. He hates Trump, and Trump knows he hates him, so why would Trump even do that interview with him to begin with? It was kind of weird. He went back to his N-word line, which I respect. The 2 N-words thing.
Oh, yes.
I like that one.
Yeah, I know you like that one.
With respect.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a hit. You got to play the hits every now and then.
He's smart. He knows,
Yeah. So.
There's some, what else? I feel like there were a bunch of things we missed while we were gone.
Well, they want us to sign a new lease here. Tweeted that out.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
They want to raise
Putting the
rent.
pressure on you.
Lynn called you? Did I see that?
Butt dialed me the other day.
Did you talk to her or no?
No, I missed it. It was right. Yeah. It was like a one ring thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You think that was really her actually just trying to get it out there?
I think she just stares at the number every now and then. She's like, I want redemption.
Have you heard from Cheeks?
No.
Oh, that's not good.
Poor guy.
That's not good. That can't.
Well,
be
we were
good.
here when he said, like, don't call her, right? Yeah, we talked about that.
What?
He told me not to call her. We were on this show. Like, we were on the show.
What do you mean?
He texted me after the show.
Oh,
I believe
when
we
he
were
was here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And just you joked about it, but please don't call my mom randomly.
Oh, well, I don't think we'll do that.
Which I think that sounds like a ridiculous request to me. But
You think we should call her?
no.
Why not? Check in.
Yeah, see how she's doing?
Well, she called me. I'm just returning the phone call. at
Yeah,
that
that's
point.
the right thing to do.
Just call to get her thoughts on, like, Dale. That was a big thing, you know?
Yeah. Jesus. It was all over the city that Dale was retiring.
A legend.
I didn't even know he was doing it anymore. Honestly, I don't watch the Bruins.
Well, Dave said it to me. I got in the car this morning, and Dave goes, this Dale thing. And I go, what a Dale thing?
Dale
He
thing.
goes, he retired. I was like, I had no idea.
Was he the full-time guy?
No, I don't watch him full in, but I try to check in on the Bruins every night, and I think I've seen him like 3 times. So
So he's basically done.
pretty much. Yeah.
Some of you respect that, though. Like, he's just done. Like, he's not super old. I think he's like 63, 64.
They got him a set of golf clubs, which is a really nice gesture.
They did?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jacob's got what? Half off for that or something?
Probably.
Dale's going to pay
And a golden microphone too.
Really?
That'll be prominently
That's the
displayed in the Arnold
That'll be in
household.
his little man cave. He'll be so excited. Well, I'm happy for the Dale Creepy Likes guy on Twitter. He'll have more time with Dale's Twitter account. So that'll be good. Well, good for Dale. Dale said, man, it seems so low. I have no hard feelings toward Dale. Not really.
nice.
If Dale wants to come in, he's welcome to come in now. He's retired.
Yeah. And Reamer? What's his status? When does he
He's
get?
gay, I think. Yeah. Homosexual.
In a relationship?
I don't. We'll find out here. He'll be here soon enough, I would suspect.
What was Mutt's take on yesterday? Did you talk to Mutt?
Yeah, and I was just gonna say though, Dale. Now, when you're retired and you're not working, that makes the wait for Jungle Cruise 2 even longer. Because when you're working during the day,
You got things to occupy your mind.
now
Yeah,
every day is like, how is this chemistry gonna be replicated again?
Is that coming? The big sequel? Are we?
He asked for it.
Spoiler alert.
Mutt was. He was just like, yeah. He's like, geez, he's like, I put on the last 30 seconds. I saw you leave, and that was it. I said, yeah, well, go listen to it. And then he called me back, and yeah, I think like all of us were sort of confused as to why, what's going on with. But I don't know. I don't know. He didn't seem like. I don't think he's the biggest Jerry fan. I don't think he thought Jerry gave him a fair shot. So I think and Jerry's never reached out to him. So I don't think he's super high on Jerry.
No, I've said many times. I'm sure a lot of this is Mutt's fault, but like I've never seen a host get the lack of respect on their own show that Mutt got. It was crazy.
Well, that was the thing. The character that Mutt was with us, sort of like, then he was the host, and you have a host of a show, like the one chair, like me, and then you have the two producers acting like they're better than him and shitting on him.
It's a weird dynamic.
You're dead. Like that just doesn't work. There's a dynamic that works and doesn't work. That didn't work, but who knows? Tommy John is here. Oh, could you say something?
No, what did Curtis say the other day? That he was so good at his job that he...
Oh, you played it for me.
Yeah, remember that? I wish I could find that again.
Oh, that podcast?
No, he said he was so good at his job, I could be like a drunk and get
someone criticized him for something.
Yeah.
And he goes, I see people saying like, oh, you worked shit-faced. Who are you to talk? And he goes, yeah, I was so good at my job that people had to hire me back.
Right.
And they had no idea I was shit-faced. They thought you were a bumbling moron.
Shane, our guy Shane, says the origins of Albright is he went after Portnoy during the union stuff.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the AOC stuff, right?
I believe
Yes.
so, yes.
I think. I guess. I don't know. Who knows? We should have Dylan Mulvaney on the show.
Well, Shane discovers a lot of... He edits things, so who knows what he says is true.
Oh, is he editing? Oh, that's true. Do we have that sound? Get that right for a second. We'll do Tommy
he finds
John
fraudulent
first.
audio out there. He uses AI.
50th anniversary for Tommy John. They're making it crystal clear you deserve to be unbelievably comfortable every single day. I'm wearing Tommy John right now. I wore Tommy John... I'll tell you what, I did not pack Tommy John with me for the Masters. And I don't know if you heard me with Riggs earlier, Dave.
I did.
One of the top 2 or 3 mistakes in my life.
Major
You paid for it?
It was 90 degrees, sweaty, major asshole chafing. Brutal. We had to stop on the way back at the drive back at the Food Lion, which is a southern supermarket chain. Put it this way, I was miserable walking around the supermarket. To give you some perspective.
Wow.
I had to get some Vaseline and just shove it in my asshole just for some relief. With Tommy John, you never have that worry. I'm wearing it right now. We're running this morning in these beautiful days. The breathable, lightweight fabric, 4 times the stretch of competing brands. Biggest mistake ever not wearing Tommy John. Make sure you wear it. Join the 20 million people who have bought them. Thousands of 5-star reviews. 50th anniversary, so Tommy John's going to give you 15% off, right? No, 20% off. Tommy John always goes above and beyond. Down below where it counts. Get 20% off your first order right now at TommyJohn.com/Kirk. 20% off TommyJohn.com/Kirk. TommyJohn.com/Kirk. See site for details. Most comfortable underwear you will ever wear in your entire life. So what is the sound that Shane has? Like you understand that, right? Like we're taking over.
Yeah, we'll have our own space,
stage, everything. Like, this is gonna be a big event. So we're talking So we're talking about the original. This is years ago.
Yes.
Me, you, and Steve in here.
Red 13, I think.
Red 13. Talking about, boy, my ambitions were big at the time. Doing a show at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Well, I thought they were pretty big.
Yeah, it's true. And I remember thinking, like, because if you listen to it, we'll play. Go ahead, play. On more than what? I want to keep it limited as well. Most people there.
Exclusive.
People at the most, what? 300-400?
Oh, shit.
Well, the Burlington Buffalo Wild Wings can only fit 300.
What are you laughing at?
That just seems like a lot.
What, do you think we can sell it out?
It's optimistic.
You really?
It's like confidence.
What did your last comedy event get for tickets?
0.
Well, I wasn't taking a shot at you right there. No? Oh, you don't think we can sell 300 seats?
That's a lot. That's a big show.
Oh,
is
shit.
all I'm saying.
So anyway,
I diagnosed my issue. I was saying it on my show the other day. When I heard myself, I was like, why am I saying that? Because it's not that big a show. Right. When I heard myself to say that's a big show, I was looking at you like an up-and-comer. I was like, kid, you got to make your bones at the open mics.
Right.
You can't just jump in. I wasn't thinking that if you did 0.5% of your listeners, you would sell out immediately.
Right. Well, I was thinking, because I remember listening, when I was listening to it the other day, I was like, oh, I didn't sound that confident because I really wasn't. Like, It wasn't like Mike was like, oh, and I was like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. Like, I just didn't know. But I knew that the old show had such a big audience that 300 people would show up, I think. I thought.
I think you were right.
That was so early. Like, that live podcast weren't
I guess
even
I just
really
didn't
a thing
know,
at that
yeah.
point.
Well,
but that bit led to us, that conversation led to us doing a bit about, like, DEC and MHB being the only ones there or something like that.
Oh, right.
So.
Yeah, there you go. But I didn't know. I had no idea. I always thought the old show at EEI, like we actually probably could have brought that around New England and done a bunch of shows, like in like 400 or 500 seat places. And okay, bring everyone on the casting couch and fuck around and play Battle of Brainless and do it in Maine and do it in New Hampshire. We didn't, of course, because nobody wanted. We didn't have a lot of ambition back then, but Yeah, I mean, I can't kill Mike. When I heard that, I was like, I can't kill him. Because even I was like, oh, maybe he's right. We didn't know anything.
I was more astounded that I've since had the life beaten out of me, apparently, because there I'm like, listen, pal, slow down.
Well, in your own way. Yeah. In your own way. I was fully confident.
More confident than I usually am.
Well, I think I could sell at Gillette Stadium, Mike. What do you think of that?
I believe in you.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Any new updates from Plymouth?
Yeah, just bad stuff, but I'll work.
What do you
through
mean bad
those
stuff?
things. just the idea that we have to handle everything. I have a conference call at noon.
With who?
Beer and alcohol vendors and things like that.
I want Bud Light flowing at this event.
Oh, yes. Excellent.
Yeah, I want Bud Light. I want Dylan Mulvaney on stage.
I got a quote for the projection screen yesterday, finally.
It's going to make me vomit or not?
5 times what we paid the state theaters.
Well, why don't you find another one?
I'm trying.
Okay, you have plenty of time.
Yeah.
By the way,
Summer concerts.
you have a massive opening thing that's going to set.
Which I'm owed.
Yeah, you'll get it by June 1st. Massive.
Oh, boy.
An opening that is way bigger in scale and ambition than the other two put together.
Interesting.
Put together.
Does it involve, like, how
I'm not
many,
gonna say anything.
How many people do I need to put it together?
That's a good That's probably a question you should ask for this one. But
yeah, does it take away building? Like, how many people need to be involved?
How many people in total for the whole thing?
Yeah.
40?
40 people?
50 maybe?
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Building isn't. I mean, I built a cross. It's just, that's not an issue.
Built a hell of a cross. I sure did.
Well, someone else was going to contract out for it. So just saying.
Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, there you go. All right. We can take a few calls if you want. If people want to talk, or let me have it if you want. If you're one of these right-wing loons or left-wing loons, knock yourselves out. I saw the movie Air while I was away. Ryan and I during in the rainy day we saw that film.
The Nike movie?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was okay. It was okay. About what you'd expect. It was just all right.
Did they crucify Phil Knight?
No, Affleck in it. But at one point,
they get in the sweatshops or anything?
No, it's kind of movie though where it's set in '84, obviously before the draft, and Jason Bateman's in the movie, and he's walking around with Matt Damon. He's like, I was listening this morning. I was rocking out to Born in the USA, the song. And I slowed down and I listened to the lyrics and I realized it's actually a protest song.
What?
Like, oh my God, why are we doing this? What the fuck are we doing? Jesus God. Did you watch all the Masters on Sunday, Dave, or no?
I did, as much as I could.
Your guy Phil, you were excited about that?
I was excited to see it.
I
disagreed with everyone, though. I don't give a fuck if the entire lineup was full of live guys at the top of the leaderboard. It does nothing for the live tour.
Of course not. No,
you come around.
No, if you won, what would it matter when they're playing? Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, but also it was fun for an hour. I was like, oh, maybe Phil has a chance here. I enjoyed that hour, but then it was just fucking drama free. It is wild how CBS has them by the balls. Insane. I'd rather the Masters have CBS by the balls. It's insane.
And just for future reference, when people want to say that I look like John Rahm, you don't have to add fatter as an adjective. You can just say that I look
just
like
assume, right? Yeah.
You know?
There is a physical resemblance there. Maybe it's the beard.
That's whatever. I would need dark complexion beard,
right.
Yeah.
Congratulations to John Rahm. All right. Oh, I'll tweet it out, Dave. Pardon me. And go to blindmike.net, by the way, of course.
Please, thank you.
There was a Quincy episode last night.
Sans Craigless Quincy, which was very sad to do, but Justin stepped in nicely.
Why didn't Craig do it?
I just texted him.
Oh, because of this?
I texted him after the show and said, let's just hold on, because I wanted to come in and talk about it.
Yeah.
First. And Justin texted me before I was even out of here and said, anything you need?
He was excited, huh?
So I was like, are you cool if Justin just does it? It seems easier. And Craig was like, yeah, no problem.
Oh, that's good. How was Justin?
Very good.
You watched the episode, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. That was while I was you were talking to Whitney about this, I think.
Yeah.
You mentioned the idea that if me and Dave are here and you leave the room, do we talk shit about it?
Yeah, I think that's natural.
I wanted to give you a little perspective into how the opposite it is with a lot of your staff. Okay. Because on the ride home from Portland, me and Justin are in the car, and I think he asked me something about, one of the songs or you running around the stage or whatever. I was like, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I've definitely never been to a show like that. And Justin says, yeah, Kirk's awesome. Kirk's a great guy. And then we kind of drive for a few more seconds and he goes, he's really great. And I was like, yeah, man, whatever. And then I think he said it a third time, how terrific you are. And I just go, are you recording me? What's happening here? So
it's nice.
Quite the opposite, I guess, is my point.
Well, that's very nice.
That was a real moment, though. Like, that was a big moment for Justin on stage that night at the State Theater.
The hug?
Yeah, you said
I've
he was
taken
the
that
most,
back, though.
the
Haven't
most
I
loyal
since?
soldier, the
Did
hug.
I take that back, though, or no?
No.
I thought I did. Oh.
Too late.
He's great. He's awesome.
See? He's simpatico.
All right, we'll go with he's awesome.
Yeah.
No, he really is. He's great.
Yeah.
No, he's awesome. No, he's awesome.
All right. Why are you doing this to me?
Just to go over the wrap-up shows that they do about me. All those wrap-up shows are just people who hate me. It's fucking insane. Did you listen to some of it?
I listened to some of it.
I did some at the Augusta while I was around the area. Next, everybody just lining up. Only the person, honestly, one person who I hate to say was Kevin from Bristol. I was like, he's a fan of the show.
Loyal soldier.
Everyone else just wants to talk about themselves, which is fine. Talk about themselves, or they don't even like the show. One person was like, "Oh, I'm glad they're not doing the Mike and the Minifans on Friday because no one wants to listen to those shows." Did you hear that?
Yes,
I was like, Jesus,
this is outrageous.
Yeah, it's like tough crowd. Jesus.
Well, hey, even if we do them, you can't listen, apparently.
No kidding. God, tough crowd. But, these people are what they are. Are you load up?
Load up.
All right, let's go. Hello.
Good morning, Kirk. I just want to tell you that I came so hard listening to your show yesterday. It's Shannon Callahan.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for calling.
It was.
We get that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling.
Can guess who that is. But.
Oh, there you go. I'll say this right now, too. I think Jerry shot Bug the Chug.
Ooh,
really?
Yeah. What do you think of that, Dave?
I wouldn't put it past him.
I think Bug the Chug suggested maybe that Bug was thinking about changing genders, and Jerry did not handle that well. Just going to say it.
I have a source. I don't want to disclose this person, but I have a source that says Jerry touched on this topic today on this podcast.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Ooh. Yeah. Do we have the sound?
That source will be producing
no,
Why Are
I have to
You
go find
Laughing?
Just
The
let
Artie
me know.
Lang episode.
Is that Craig?
I don't disclose my sources.
Smart. Actually, you
I don't know
have
why
many
Mike-
times in the past. But your source wants the 14th best knife salesman in New England. Is that possible?
Yeah. I didn't realize you got an award for that, but he has the plaque up on his wall.
Hello.
I have a question for you, Kirk, and then one for Dave. So, Kirk, what's the name of that restaurant in Stratton, Colorado that you say is so good?
Handy's. HANDI''S.
Boy, that sounds like a
tough
place Dave would visit.
It's tough. It's tough. When you go in there, it is top 10, top 5 hamburger in America. Ryan and I we were in Charlotte on Saturday night, which is where we stayed for a couple of days in North Carolina. There was a pizza place called Wolfman's. There was top 3 pizza I've ever had in my life.
Whoa.
Ever.
Whoa.
Taking Dave's breath away.
Incredible. Like, I want to do a live show down there and just go there every night.
Really?
Unbelievable.
I love good pizza experiences.
Incredible. I was Ryan and I were
about him.
Ryan and I were looking at each other like we were just like emotional. I was like, I cannot believe how good this fucking pizza is.
Wow. That's great.
Sauce was perfect.
I had the worst pizza experience in my life last night.
What's that?
So to hear you have a great one.
Oh, I'm sorry you
Warms
had
my
that.
heart. No, but it warms my heart.
What happened?
What was yours?
Well, I bought new pizza dough from the store yesterday.
Your store?
That's tough.
Yeah, and I was committing long term to a specific type, and then I saw a new brand, and I said, "Fuck it, I got to give it a shot."
We had a similar incident recently.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, not on your trip.
No.
It's very great pizza.
Bahamas pizza?
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I'm sorry, Cole. You had a question for Dave?
Davey boy. Yes.
You're
Dave, can you tweet out a picture of Holly's tits to the boys?
That seems.
What is it? What did he say? A
I
picture of her
believe.
tits?
I believe you asked for someone in your life's breast to be tweeted out.
My God.
Why not?
Which,
You never know. You never know.
No, who knows? You get Shattuck playing Slap a Tickle at the poly. What's her fucking name?
Paige
Spreniak
Sternak or something.
Jesus God. Another idiot.
That was a
What, did you get a response from?
interesting reply from Paige.
That's telling, I would say.
Yeah.
Good for Tommy.
Yes.
Why'd you unfollow me? Because you called me fat.
That has to be through the show, right?
It has to be somewhere in audio. She must have found it somewhere.
Yes.
Wow.
She doesn't look fat to me. I don't know. I haven't really.
Well, I would say not.
She seems to be in good physical condition. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hello.
Kirky.
Yes. Although I will say before, hold on.
Dan Rappaport here.
Oh, Dan, sorry. Didn't mean to. Control your
You're gonna
laughter. for a
regret
second,
muting
Dan.
him.
Yeah. I did hear one of the wrap-up shows a piece of information about Charlize Manson Young that I would like to be true.
Oh, the
Yes. If we could work to confirm that, that would go a long
Yes,
way.
I'll reach out
Yeah,
about
sorry.
that.
Go ahead. Hello, caller. Hello, Dan. Sorry.
I can confirm. It's Dan. Yeah, I can confirm. Paige Sporanic very tight, very supple.
Dan.
Good for you, Dan.
I don't think that's true. I saw you at the Masters, Dan.
I was
Obviously,
looking for you
know
this weekend.
I saw you.
I was looking for you. I couldn't see you. You were so far back. It was tough to make it out.
No, we shook hands on Thursday, Dan. I said hello to you.
I would never shake your hand.
Shook my hand. It was okay, but yeah,
I thought you were a fan. Probably.
Simply not true. Hey, the highlight of my last week has not been the Masters tournament. Do you know what it was?
What was it?
I got blocked by Gerry Callahan on Twitter.
Oh, is that right? I think there's a lot of that going around right now.
Yeah, it's pretty much my pinnacle achievement. So
Congratulations.
that's all I got. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Well,
he's quick with the block. I'll say that. Hello.
Morning, boys. Kirk, quick criticism of Jerry, if you'll have it.
Sure. I guess I'll allow it.
He did so much just pure, feel like hatred and vitriol on his timeline. And I don't know how much of it's genuine versus him being a merchant for the far right, just trying to get.
That's a good question.
Make a living for himself. I just don't know. I'm just curious. You've known him a long time, obviously, and I'm just curious to get your thoughts on that.
I don't know.
I'll hang up and listen.
Thank you. I don't know. I battle with that. Like I said, I used to like him a lot. He was a good friend. I see it now, and again, I don't want to be one of these people who are like, oh, he's so toxic and so hateful. But I'm like, I don't know what's real and what's not real anymore. It's weird. That's all. It's just strange, but it's his career he's chosen. It's the choice he's made. And he's obviously killing it. So good for him.
Was he as much? I mean, I know he was obviously super right way. Him and Reamer would argue and all that shit on the old show. But was he as rigid where you always knew what he was going to say?
Yes.
He was. Okay. I can't really remember.
That's in the thesis. Hello.
Hey, Kirk. This is Jonathan Simeone, attorney at law. I got to weigh in on the Cheeks versus Lynn debate.
Go ahead, Jonathan. You know this is Mike?
I don't think
so. My friend from my youth was blind.
Mike, I'm
Johnny, what's happening, buddy?
Great guy.
Hey. We had a great baseball draft back in the day, but not here to talk about that. Here to talk about more important things.
Sure, I understand.
There's no way it's not Lynn here. I mean, she didn't cop to anything. She said, I just didn't do anything.
Agreed.
I just
100%.
love you. It sounded exactly like the Sopranos mom. There's just no way it's not her.
I had people at the Masters talking to me about this. We've never done anything because, thanks, John. We've never done any mic that is, I think for our male listeners are all guys. I think it strikes a chord when they hear it,
Oh, sure.
Where are you on this? As a man who is, has a girlfriend who's obviously dominating. You have your own issues. You have a mother who obviously has been very, very hands-on.
Dominating, yes.
Yes.
Very.
We're a father who abandoned you. Where are you at on
100% Team Cheeks.
Yeah.
For two reasons.
I figured you would.
Yeah. One, you said multiple times, and that was you said, hey, anything to say to your son? And she was like, I just don't understand why.
Yeah.
But the other thing was, he kept saying, there's this thing I don't want to mention. He was trying to be a little protective of her. You could tell he was uncomfortable that you called everything.
Right.
Whereas she volunteered. And you guys never mentioned that no one knew that he didn't eat till he was 18 or whatever. She just volunteers that information on a podcast. Nothing was sacred to her, whereas he tried to protect her.
She got a random phone call that she wasn't prepared for, and she's just throwing it all
hang
out
up.
there.
Old people are weird, though.
Yeah.
Old people are weird. That's
Yeah.
the one thing. As an old person, we can be weird.
Well, that's even crazier. Two random people call you, and you just volunteer your entire life to them.
Yeah, who knows? The only thing I load up, Dave. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hold on for a second. The only thing I would say is it is weird that she seems to have a relationship with all the other kids.
I don't think that's that weird either. I think they put up with her shit,
bullshit.
and he stopped at a certain point.
You don't think the wife has played a role at all?
No, I mean maybe to some extent, but there's also people that have different.
I mean, Mike's being nice.
Mike, I was 100% Team Cheeks when I was listening.
I'm with you. I'm Team Cheeks as well.
Yeah.
You're not?
I know Dave thinks he's a liar.
Cheeks and Lynn are in next Wednesday.
Liar.
So.
I did not say liar. I think he's overly emotional about it, but I just...
Will Cheeks and Lynn be in studio at some point?
No, I actually...
The way this show works, it's inevitable, isn't it?
My gut says Cheeks is disappearing.
That's the problem is
How
it
about
seems
Lynn?
like he's
I don't
not
care
totally
about
in
Cheeks. How about Lynn?
Lynn will just randomly, if she gets mad enough, she'll show up one day.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, hello.
I had a question. With all the transsexual talk going on,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on Lou Reed?
Yeah.
What's the relation?
Not my scene.
Oh no, even in Song with Bruce.
No, why, you're a big fan?
Yeah, I like his stuff.
Yeah, I don't know
But
why.
yeah,
It's
famously dated a transsexual for a couple of years.
Okay.
That's true. That's true. And obviously, Take a Walk on the Wild Side, of course, is his song. So yeah, I'm not my scene. Thanks for calling.
Am I wrong, or was that song used to be played on the radio? Because you don't hear it.
Oh yeah. No, I think that's one of those songs that did not make the. Like, I don't know. What's the Aerosmith song?
Walk His Way?
No, dude.
It looks like a lady.
Yeah, is that played anymore or no?
Yes.
Is it still? Yeah.
I'm reaching, but I think so.
I'm guessing is the word.
I'm pretty sure.
You answered that awfully fast. Dave.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Who would know? But okay. All right. Thank you for the call. Hello.
Good
morning.
Down.
It's Feidelberg.
Hey, Fights. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
In a life or death situation, I know how Mike would answer this.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather fuck your mom or get fucked by your dad?
Well, I can't choose death, you're saying. I have to pick one of the two?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think my dad had a big penis.
Oh, interesting.
It may fit in my mouth. It didn't seem like it was a. I would say, like, how old? My mom had a good run. Like, how old are we talking? Like, how old is my mom?
Great
in their
question.
prime.
Oh,
Moist.
that's interesting.
She's wet.
Wow.
I give it to my mom.
Yes.
I had some anger issues with her. I give her a good fuck.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least you're not gay in this
Dave
scenario.
sounded a little excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't choke her or anything, but like I'd give her a good, put her legs up my shoulders, give her a good porking. Why not?
God.
Maybe slip it underneath and put it in the asshole too, Mike. What do you think of that?
Good for you.
Yeah. You guys, you have to, if Feidelberg calls and asks a question, you have to answer it.
I understand. I'm just saying it's good that you're making sure she gets pleasure out of it. It's not just a one-sided thing, you know?
Oh, no, it should be squirting right in my ass. How about you, Dave, in that scenario?
I feel like it's easier for you to answer that question because your parents are no longer with us.
Right.
Right.
How would
I feel like
Jack
me
even be able to
answering
get
that-
up in that situation? Like, would he be on like a stool or like a
that's a good point.
bunch of phone books? Like, how would that work?
I don't know, Kirk. I just don't know.
Do you think if your dad was fucking you and asked you guys to be like talking dirty to each other, or do you think it would just be?
He gets on a stool to suck
What do
your
you think of
dick.
that, Dave? What do you think of that? Yeah, how's that feel? Huh?
I'm not a dirty talk guy, so I
No.
wouldn't like.
Okay.
I'd say
Do you think
stop.
Big Jack is, or do you think it's all business?
Oh, it's probably. I mean, he's a man's man. He probably dirty talk all day.
They call your dad a spinner in the porn community.
They sure do. They sure do. One night only in Stoughton, Massachusetts. Little Jack and Bridget the Midget, stage 3. 6 feet of terror. Hello. Feels good to laugh again, doesn't it, Mike?
It does. Nice to be back.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
I got a question for you. It seemed to me yesterday during the opener during the brief show, Dave kind of stepped on your toes. I don't know if you remember that. He said
I talked about
said
briefly on
something
the
about
show
Jerry
today.
that you were about to. Was he about to just get completely eviscerated?
He was
I
close.
felt
It
really
was
worried.
right on that edge of me almost like going, but I didn't want to lose my. But I was, it was that thing where I think I've gotten more mature in some ways. Thanks for the call. But I almost like if he was in front of me, I would have definitely punched his throat.
It happened. You said give me 2 minutes, and it happened exactly at the 2 minute mark.
Definitely.
I'm just pointing
Dave,
out.
it definitely didn't. The show was fucking 5 minutes. Like it definitely didn't happen.
I'm pretty sure.
There's
it did, but
no
it's
way
all right.
it happened 2 minutes after I said that. No way.
I'm not making the point to justify it. I'm just saying.
But it's not true. It's not true.
I'm pretty sure in my car I saw 2 minutes, but I'll check.
It might be 2 minutes. Oh my God. They load up.
Timer went off in there. I have to speak now.
Put to the most obvious thing. He's so dumb.
I would say Dave struggles at reading you at times.
I don't know. You think by now you would know
Struggle
that.
at reading people, maybe just in general.
Maybe that could be true.
Mike knows, and I'm like, yeah, I want to talk for a few minutes. That means like, shut the fuck
Well,
up.
I'll hit the bathroom.
Yeah, the show's gonna be 5 minutes, and I'm gonna be out of here. Dave's like, you're Trump. I use the N-word. I respect that. That's helpful.
I respect that.
That's great.
It's a good joke.
Hello.
Kirk, a correction and a question, if I may.
Tim, 1 second. Yes, please. I'll give you plenty of time. 1 second. Whitney and I were texting about the show yesterday. And we were talking about kids, the only thing that matters. And then there was like, kids at golf, and he's like shitting on Callahan. I texted him. I said, he jumped in at the start, and I almost lost it for real. He texted me back, quote, "I can handle it," is what I think I said to Dave.
Yes, and I think that is the quote, yes.
Dave's like, "This is unbelievable. Like, they can't adopt kids." I'm like, yeah, Dave, that's the, we all, forget it. Just fucking, I almost walked out. I should have just walked out then and never done a show again.
Well, it was funny because it was the point you were making. You said, Jerry said this ridiculous thing like they can't adopt kids or whatever, and Dave goes, which isn't true, by the way. And that's what
he's on the case. He knows
That's a good point.
He's legally covered.
It's accurate. Yeah. That's 100%.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tim. Did you enjoy the show yesterday or no?
I did. And the Dave's comment was fantastic. I believe it was, she's factually correct, and you almost freaking lost it on him. Isn't there a condition where people can't read people's emotions or something? I think there is a medical condition.
There is a term for that.
I know some people refer to face blindness. I don't know if that's what you're talking about or not. But.
Yes.
I believe the medical term is retarded, I think.
Used to be.
Yeah. No, it isn't. I'm bringing that word back. I decided. Shows I'm not woke.
So I need to correct you about Dale. You forget he's not completely retired. You're forgetting his third job that he's now moving to full time, I believe.
What's that?
Ghost hunter.
Oh,
I almost said it, but I didn't want to ruin your.
Uh-oh. Not good for the ghosts.
They scare me.
That's a ballsy position to get into.
Hunting ghosts?
If you're terrified of ghosts?
Well, I mean, that's, he's...
Not terrified of ghosts, Mike. He's terrified of scary movies.
Right.
But he loves the idea.
Right. The real ghost he's willing to fight.
Yes.
Right.
Bill Murray movie he doesn't like.
Yes. That was on... Where did he do that show on?
It was Lucy and Fry. That's where the lyric came from.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Poor Lucy was in porn. What else?
And wouldn't he be, Kirk, he'd be perfect, except the unfunny Don Knotts in The Ghost of Mr. Chicken. That's him.
He would be good. He would be good. I'd be curious about Dale's next few years. Maybe he'll just quietly go into the good night. I don't know.
Watching good movies.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And which, real quick, which do you think was better? Freddie's sweatshirt on the last day of the Masters,
which is fine. Yep.
Or Martin Sheen's shirt in Wall Street, which I know you're a huge fan.
I love that shirt. Yeah. Thanks for the call, boy. I mean, that was a good one. Martin Sheen knew how to dress. I watched The American President with Ryan the other night on HBO Max at the hotel. Great movie. He has a vest on it a few times. It's incredible. I'm gonna wear a vest at the next live show with my. Get the guys at Miltons.com, Dave. Let's get moving on that, please.
It's exciting.
I thought so, Mike. Yeah, thank you. Spring is here. They got everything you need to make it through summer. Time Bahama Vineyard Vines, Johnny O. They load up, Dave?
They load.
Well, hold on there. Cats and kittens. Peter Millar and Faraday. South Shore Plaza Braintree. Chestnut Hill Square, Chestnut Hill. Burlington Mall, Burlington, Massachusetts. And now in Augusta, Georgia, right across from Augusta. I believe they're building a store there, right?
Sounds right.
They should be doing that.
Yeah.
Get your Miltons right now, please. The original sponsor of Kirkman and not just KMS. They were here when I was a target of transgender activists, and they're here now where I am a member of the transgender community. The wokest podcast in America.
That's right.
Mr. Wokestool himself, Kirk Minahan, who is going to on-air live transition at some point in the next few weeks.
Wow.
Having the full surgery on this show.
Really?
Dave, can we book somebody to do that, please?
Sure.
Right. And Mills is going to sponsor it. They're fine with that. They're good. Store for men, but I'll still identify. So that's where Milton's comes through. Get the clothes right. Buy one, get one free. Suit event. Weddings are coming up. We know that now big time as the spring starts. So go to Milton's right now. Great clothes, great people. You help us out. You help yourself out. You help them out. Go to Miltons.com right now. We're going to 3 great locations. All right. Let's go. Woke them up. Hello.
Mike, what's up? It's Nipples.
Hello, Nipples.
Congratulations on the engagement.
Thank you. Buddy.
Alba sent me a beautiful picture of the ring.
Damn it. Son of a bitch. I asked her specifically.
Has there been like a conversation about that?
What are we doing for the wedding, big guy?
What's that?
What are we
doing for the wedding plans?
I think Nipples is catering, I believe.
Oh, is that right?
So I don't know. He's going to suggest a few places.
Oh, I'm catering. All right. Sausage.
Damn, he's good.
He's good.
That's the problem is he's witty. I can't not laugh at him. You know?
Thank you for the call, Nipples.
She's not good.
Sorry, Nipples.
He at the State Theater, I was on stage before the show.
Yes.
I saw Justin and another gentleman off stage, and someone started talking to me, and they go, "Hey, Mike, Sam Morrill is going to be here in a couple weeks." I go, "What's that?" They said, "Sam Morrill. I saw his a poster in the hallway."
Uh-huh.
I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "That's an awfully chatty security guard." And then I realized, I was like, "Oh, why is Nipples here? What the hell's going on?"
Nipples just sits around. He just, nice guy, just always there, though. Who Justin was saying. Justin was like, yeah, he was just standing in front in the rain, just kind of waiting to get called in to help. It's like, oh, you guys are here today?
Tapping on the glass.
Jesus. Hello.
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 Kirk, I want to thank you yesterday for standing up for adoption and adoptive families. I know exactly what you were talking about. I know there were other tenements, but there was one time when we were going through the foster process where somebody from a state agency said, well, you get paid to do this. I have never seen red faster in my life.
Yeah.
Because we were on the adoption track and it eventually worked out. But when I heard that yesterday, I knew exactly what you were talking about when you were talking about the first time you held your daughter. And I truly, genuinely appreciate you taking that stand, taking that position specifically. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, look, again, I take it super personally, maybe too personal. I completely understand if people feel that way. But I take the adoption stuff, especially with Kate, like I said, it's the greatest moment of my life. She's the best kid ever. I have one kid who's adopted and one kid who is obviously my blood, and the adopted kid is way better. It's just way better. Harry's has my, as Gerry said many times, like Harry's doomed because of my mental issues. So we all can't glide through life like Gerry has as a parent, I suppose. Chapter 6. Hello.
Hey, two things. One, Jerry's always been a bigot, so thanks for finally realizing that. And two, if Mike is there today, does that mean we're finally done with Craig on Why Are You Laughing?
Yes, it does. WhyMike.net.
Confirmed.
Yes, we are done. We have finally moved on.
Oh, that's a great show, but he just no timing at all, no sense of what he wants him to say.
A lot of good points.
I really enjoyed the Conan Leno episode, which is a few weeks ago.
Thank you.
But I do listen to it, and I'm like, does Craig know anything?
He has some interjections that are good. He'll Google things for me.
Yeah, that's what he's good at. He's good at that. Yeah. He's good at typing things and then reading them as they appear on screen. You are right about that. Essentially something that literally a trained animal could do.
Well, I couldn't do it.
That's true. Well, you're blind on your defense.
I need someone.
Yes. So what's this week on?
I believe the Lucille Ball episode is coming out.
Okay.
This week, I think. I can't remember. Or maybe that's already out. Who knows?
That Sorkin is terrible.
And the next episode we're recording, which will probably be today, will be Mr. Artie Lang.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, which should be a long one based on the amount of clips I have.
I was going to say, it's going to be long, yeah.
And I do have, per your request, at your say-so, a Dennis Miller episode is ready to go.
Let me know.
Whenever you want.
Yeah, the next few weeks for me are pretty good.
All right.
What was I thinking about the Leno Conan? The crazy thing about the Leno Conan thing, well, there's about 50 million crazy things about it. But if you remember, I'm trying to remember if you guys could, the person who was really leading the charge against getting Leno out at 10 o'clock was the Boston affiliate.
Oh, no, I don't think we did talk about that.
They were the ones that first spoke up. Were like, we're getting fucking killed.
Oh, well, we talked about that in I didn't realize it was Boston.
Yeah, the Boston guy was the first one. Ed, what's his name, Dave? Remember? I'm talking about Channel 4 or NBC, the NBC Boston affiliate. I forget his name, but they were getting absolutely bludgeoned.
Yeah. And it was just weird. I didn't know some of that stuff, like the shit that Kimmel talked about, where it's like Leno essentially knew the 10 o'clock show would bomb and that they would want him back at I didn't realize how much went into if you have a late night show at 10, then it ruins the 11:30.
Right. What's that, Dave?
Ed Anson, yeah.
But I think also Leno was super smart. He knew Conan's crowd wasn't going to play. Because I heard Craig mention it, maybe you mentioned it, there's this big difference between 11:30 and 12:30.
Yeah.
But there sort of is, because what people forget is those people in Iowa were talking about these beers. Carson would be on there at 10:30. So you'd watch 10:30
Oh,
Central.
interesting, yeah,
Like they
that's
would have their
true.
dinner, the kids would go to bed, they'd watch Carson. Like Letterman was a wild man. That I think was I don't think it matters now, but yeah, it's a good in the Bill Carter book on it. The War for Late Night is excellent book on that. Hello. It was a good episode.
Hey, Kirk. It's Dan in Wolfboro. I have a question and a show suggestion for the State Theater.
Go ahead. State Theater, we're not doing any shows there, but yeah.
So, sorry.
That's okay.
My question is, since the sandwiches are so cheap at Augusta, did your fat brother double fist every time
Yes.
he went to the stand?
Aggressive.
He was going to bags of players and eating their food. It was uncomfortable.
Yeah. And then my show suggestion, so you start the show off, boom, everything is dark. Then on the screen it comes up that you took your own life, okay?
Okay.
But you didn't, obviously.
Original,
Then out of nowhere,
We
out of
bring
the
out the
pitch black,
casket.
a spotlight comes on. It's your son, Harry. He's got the ukulele, and he starts to play Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Wow.
And you come floating down from the rafters
Good idea,
in an
Dan.
angel out.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
It won't be
Thank you, Dan.
traumatizing for Harry to celebrate his father's death.
It's life in the fast lane, you know? He does not get plenty of those checks coming.
That's probably easier to execute than whatever you got in mind.
Much easier. This is going to be, you'll have to do it. Just part of the job. Can you do it?
Of course, lock.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Kirk. I had a question in relation to your mental health and your golf picks, if you had a second for me.
Sure. I guess so.
Well, given the fact that we haven't hit a winner in a few weeks, do you feel the triggering from Twitter is going to impact your ability to pick a winner
Absolutely not.
this week at Harbortown?
Absolutely not. As I said with
No?
Riggs, we
What
tape.
is-
Hold on. I'll give you plenty of time. As I said to Riggs, we taped the show earlier. It's live, obviously, at 5. We also tape it. Anybody, I could pick John Rahm to finish in the top 10. I take long shots on that show. That's a long shot show.
What is going to be your strategy this week that differs from the previous week?
None. The panic is not going to set in. The system is the system. Sometimes it spits out winners. Sometimes it doesn't. You can't control the bad weather at Augusta. You can't control that. That was in God's hands.
I'm struggling to pay my mortgage at this point with the picture given out.
I don't know what to say, buddy.
Bet responsibly. I mean,
A and B.
Yeah.
These are. If you want to be safe, you want to be a Mr. Pussy Picker. Pick Scotty Scheffler this week to finish in the top 10. Knock yourself out. I assume you people know that. I'm giving you long shots. That's my job. That's the job of this unnamed podcast. Mike, listen to it.
Absolutely.
Half of it anyway. Did you hear Riggs or no?
I heard Riggs.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of like SNL, though. That was the dress rehearsal I listened to. You'll do it live.
Correct. Live at 5. Yes. Yes. Hello.
That caller reminded me, though.
Yes.
You tweet. Was it a joke when the guy said, "Why aren't they testing the trees"?
Oh,
Like,
my
that's
God.
a joke, right?
No. I know. No.
Test the trees. What the fuck does that mean?
Insane. And then he got super defensive. And then later on, he retweeted somebody. Did you see this?
Probably.
Who was like, my uncle works there and says they're going to do that. He retweeted. I'm like, you're a journalist?
Were you the one he was referring to? You were like the first person on that.
Yeah.
Who
I saw
that
Big Cat
tweet.
making fun of him.
Dan
No,
did
but
too.
but you caught it first, and he replied to somebody like some maniac giving.
Yeah,
me
I
shit.
saw. I guess he's talking about me. I don't know. Kevin Van Valkenburg?
Yes.
Yeah. And then like he seems like he's a typical sensitive, like, but like, I don't know. I think Dan and him were joking around, so maybe he's okay. But I'm like, you think they're going to check? I've been to the course several times. They're going to test whatever that is.
What does that even mean? Give it a push?
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Test it, like ask quite, like use a hammer on it or something. I don't know. I'm gonna say 35,000 trees there. Like it was a really scary thing that happened. I get that, but like that was really fluky. That course has been there a long time. It doesn't happen much. Like I don't know. Yeah, that was funny though. Hello.
Hey, Kirk, quick question. Did you just have something better to do yesterday and didn't feel like working?
I'm not going to comment on that. The weather was good. I will say that.
What'd you do with your day off?
First of all, I put in a full show yesterday. I worked hard. I exerted a lot of energy. I will say, like, really some frustrations. I might have hit a few golf balls.
Really? That sounds like a pretty good day.
Not bad. Yeah, thank you.
Good. Well, have a good day.
There are rumors that a former Patriots beat writer took a 14-year-old to their prom in high school and bedded them, Dave. Can you confirm that those are rumors that are out there?
I've heard these rumors.
Okay. You're working on that.
I'm working on it. Okay. Yep.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. I would just say that person was awfully young at the time. Awfully young. Was it a man that this person took to the prom, Dave, or no?
I'm still working on it.
Well, not a man at that point.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, y'all quiet down. I'm on the Kirk minute. Kirky, what's up, bro? It's Roberto Clemente.
It almost feels like it's like the beginning of Shark Tank when they're doing a pitch and you're watching.
They've got a choreographed song.
Yeah, and they're always laughing. I'm like, are they actually laughing, or is this like a cut for an earlier one that was funny? Because Kevin will really give it a good laugh, I will say.
They're performers.
And I'll say this, Gwyneth Paltrow as a guest shark stinks.
I can only imagine.
Lifeless. I don't know if you've seen her, Dave, or not.
I don't remember.
No energy, no life.
I could have told you that. But.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Clemente. Very, very nice of you to join us.
Hey, thank you. No, Kirk, this is, oh my God, this is so exciting. This is exciting. Hey, Tiggle Bitty Geary.
Sure.
You still accepting Patreon subscribers?
No, we've hit our max.
You're not taking any more.
No, we've hit. We can't handle anymore.
Dang, I was just about to subscribe, huh?
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Well, I think you need to give that Callahan guy a little bit of a break. He's clearly got severe limitations.
All right, Roberto.
I think we need to
get back on that goddamn plane. Leave me alone.
I hope I didn't ruin his bit. We are taking subscribers. I fooled you.
Jesus Christ. Hello.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I was wondering, two questions. Kirk, my best friend was adopted, and I'm still learning stuff about him all the time. And I'm getting older in life, so I don't know if I'm going to have kids or whatever, but I've always thought about adopting. So I was just wondering, what's the hardest thing about being a parent of an adopted child?
For me, nothing. It's been perfect. I mean, we're very lucky, though, and I will say, birth parents who give their kids up for adoption, tremendous courage. It's not an easy thing to do. It's, I think, the hardest thing to do. And we were very lucky that we have a great one. I don't know. I don't know. Thanks for the call, man. I would hope you don't have any kids. You seem like a bit of a drip. But if you do, I would just say right away, let them know, like, you're adopted, that your birth mother, loves you very much. You made a decision that you make your life better, and we love you, and there's no judging. I think that's it. You're honest up front. It was a generational thing. A generation or two ago, it was like this big secret. Like, kids would find them when they're like 40. It's crazy. I never got that. There was a kid watching TV shows, and the big reveal would be like, I'm adopted. And they'd be like, huh? I'm like, well, why is that? Even as a kid, I was like, why is that a big deal?
Yeah. And it was like, there was always like, they would overhear, and then the kid would be like, I'm adopted?
Yeah. I was like, why wouldn't they just tell them?
Yeah, right.
I never got that.
I get it, at the beginning of like, now we know more.
Yeah.
So I guess I get at the beginning when people were just more ignorant, being like, they have to think they're our parents, or it's not going to work.
Right. I guess that's true. Yeah. I don't know. Hello. It'd be great if Colleen was adopted. We've want to search for his birth parents.
Well, his parents are Asian, which is why it's odd.
That was weird.
Doesn't change the love that I received throughout my life.
Explains his dad's height, right, Mike? Is that the joke? Racist asshole.
I suppose.
Hello. Oh, I didn't even get to this, Dave.
All right.
Jesus.
Forgot about that. That'll do it.
All right, good. Let's do this. Want to do this? Do we do this now or no?
That seems like a big, it's a big endeavor, no?
All right, we'll do it. Okay. You have the Jerry sound.
No, I have to search it. They literally just told me I have to download the show. So.
Oh, I want to hear it.
I think we'll be searching through it.
We can play it and see if we can find it.
I don't know if it was uploaded when he texted me that. That's the question.
Did the bingo card out? My crazy friend, my sometimes friend. What's the plug over here?
I don't have it on my feed yet.
I'm looking right now. I don't subscribe to it.
And I couldn't remember my password, but I was going to unsubscribe to the locals.
Oh, I don't even have it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
What a declaration that would have been.
Had to make a statement.
The last one left. I would think that would mean something to them.
I know how it goes with Craig, though. He'll text Jerry a screenshot, be like, Conan left.
That's probably true. Better time. Boy, we should have done this Betterhelp read yesterday. Jeez. You go to betterhelp.com right now /Kirk10. 10% off your first month, entirely online, convenient, flexible, suited to your schedule. Brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. If you're thinking of starting therapy or trying it in a more sort of new fashion, you give BetterHelp a try. Therapy, everybody should be using it. I'm doing it. obviously. I can't recommend it enough. Just if anything's going on in your life, just to talk to somebody about it. Go to betterhelp.com/Kirk10 today. 10% off. BetterHelp.com/Kirk10 today. Get 10% off to discover your potential with our friends at BetterHelp. Got it, Dave, or what?
I have some sound.
Okay, that's a start.
Stories where it seems impossible to have, a dissenting voice. I would like to think that the boys and girls sports would be that story, but that's not the case. In
He's talking about the Dalai Lama here. Elon Musk here.
No.
See if he ends.
I haven't been
She
on the
enjoyed doing this.
platform in 3 weeks. Okay, well, you were on it 3 weeks ago. Give me an example. And he couldn't. And Musk, God bless him, calls him a liar to his face. You promise? It's not going to be like.
You just won't be able to, I think, DM other blue check marks.
I can do that?
I think so.
There was a great
I
clip.
didn't even know I could do that.
A
I could
Warthog
DM
sent me
other
while I
blue
was
check
away.
marks.
Yeah.
Jerry was going off about the Red Sox, and he was talking about Castiglione, I guess. And so Craig said, he goes, "Can you believe it?" And did an impression that I will say was not terrible. And then there's a long pause.
No sell.
And Jerry goes, "What?
What?" That's funny.
Same day. That's
The process of watching Colony and find this is interesting.
I have to download this stuff, or else I'm just searching like an asshole.
This is the behind-the-scenes stuff people don't usually get. You got to click around.
I don't think he led with it. He led with Trump, seeing Trump's picture.
Of course.
Let's do this, Ironhead.
where he just said the nuclear word. And I know that's the strategy. I understood. The whole thing is line, top of the line. I never heard that expression used, and Trump would do that.
Fuck him.
I'm not.
We find it later.
Nope, absolutely not.
He says
He does a long show.
It's got to be the beginning or the end,
cut,
right?
By the way,
I just searched
on the
it.
57 missiles. He tells a story.
I can't imagine you
about
spent so
having
much
dinner
time
at
on it.
Mar-a-Lago
Well, that's where I
with
think
Xi Jinping, which is amazing.
I just did the beginning and the end. It
Xi
wasn't
Jinping
there.
was
Yes.
a year before he still hasn't.
I'm
gone
enjoying
there
this.
on Dad, but they don't care. They're so brazen. I said, "Excuse my back." What? Don't jump. What? This is on an international.
That's a good one.
stage.
I like that one. That's a good
We
one.
got so much to get to. I want to get to this Megan Rapinoe or Rapino.
Oh,
I
there we
still
go.
don't know. Do you know how to say it, Ironhead?
I think it's Rapino, but
That's why I would trust.
Everybody says, half the people I see call it Rapino, calls it Rapinoe. And we'll get to the ESPN's coverage of that. We have a CNN guy defending the Dalai Lama. This is priceless. Defending an 89.
Sounds
I believe he's
priceless.
89. that whole story creeps me out. But we'll get to that. This story kind of creeps me out a little too. Megan, I tweeted about this. That this
might be it.
These people are selfish. Their careers are done. They've made their money. Megan Rapinoe has won her championships, her awards. She's made a fortune, and she's talking about the next generation and talking about boys beating up on girls, and she doesn't care. She's obviously a crazy woke liberal, and she's going to take the side of the trans mob, which is not a surprise. I'm not no surprise at all. She'd have got her ass kicked by a boy, and I get the feeling she'd have a different view of this. It's easy
Still want to do
to say.
Yeah.
He's laughing about it now because they're just little kids. What's the expression? Retweets don't equal endorsements.
Oh, here we go.
Don't.
Former friend, my former partner, Kirk Minahan.
He can't be doing
I
that.
used this with Portnoy once. I'm not even an Ari Shafir fan. I just retweeted.
Hold on. Do you think before we get started, do you think that Jerry was retweeting that not as an endorsement of Riley Gaines and her views on transgender community?
Jerry's retweets are endorsements.
I mean, I know he often mixes it up with some retweets to make you think about the other side, but if he's going to play this card, go ahead.
Megan Rapinoe. She wrote, "It's worth noting that 1, you're done with your athletic career. That's the key point. And 2, because you aren't sexually attracted to men, it's unlikely you'll ever have a daughter to defend. To me, this looks like a classic case of virtue signaling because you have nothing personally to lose." Now, I got to be honest. I didn't give that a lot of thought.
I can't.
retweeted
This is where I'm going
and
to get this is where I'm going to get worried. I'm in a good mood today. We had a fun show. I can't. This is going to piss me off because now he's just being disingenuous. He got called out on something and now he's covering his ass. That's exactly what he's doing.
Well, Well, it is possible he didn't give the adoption thing any thought, though. No.
Well, okay, he retweeted it. It's his fucking account. Like, so should we just not comment on it then? He did it. It's
No, I
his
know. I'm
fucking
just saying.
account.
I'm saying if that's the only thing you're mad about, like it makes sense to be an
guess.
explanation.
Well, he retweeted it, then you texted him personally and had some kind of correspondence with him, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a little bit more to it.
Go ahead.
Upset my former friend, my former partner, Kirk Minahan, and which took me by surprise. I have to say, he's very angry about this, but I got to say, what's the expression? Retweets don't equal endorsements. I didn't give it a lot of thought. I just saw
That is.
woman.
I'm sorry, Mike. You say what you want. Like I get what you're saying, but are you telling me Gerry Callahan's Twitter account his retweets are not? endorsements?
I wouldn't say that. I think he agrees
for
with
Gerry.
this overall
For Gerry to
sentiment.
say retweets aren't endorsements is the biggest crock of fucking bullshit. Like I can't even. That to me is just such a pussy move. Do you think that? Do you feel that way, Dave, on his Twitter account?
I know.
You can. By the way, you can disagree with. You think I'm over? I'm totally fine with that. But as a defense, Jerry's. Let's look at some of his retweets here recently. Retweeted Clay Travis. He retweeted somebody named John Carlito, who is a Republican. He retweeted the Babylon. Is it the Babylon Bee? Does he support them? Or has he ever retweeted them before? RNC Research.
These are all
Mike Davis, whose Twitter account has American flags around it.
Okay.
Benny Johnson.
It's not looking good.
A psycho. No, I don't know. I don't know where they are. To be fair on this one, I will give him credit. At End Wokeness. I don't know where that is. Benny Johnson, Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro, Newsmax Radio, End Wokeness, End Wokeness, End Wokeness, the Babylon Bee, Newsmax, the Babylon Bee, End Wokeness.
Do we have a timeline in this tweet?
DC
That's a
Drano,
lot.
the Babylon Bee. It was all in a day, by the way.
That's crazy.
Did he tweet about the Masters over the weekend at all?
Who even knows? I'm sure it was
you get lost looking for it.
I guarantee you that, because I wasn't paying attention. I guarantee you retweet something about how they weren't showing the live golfers, because they made that political.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at other ones here. Riley Gaines. Billboard Chris, that's their guy they love. The Masters. Jack Poso, who is a Republican, looks like here. Jerry's own tweets, Newsmax Radio. A bunch of retweets about some tweet he had. I'm looking for something here that would not be in the Babylon Bee. A guy named Jim Banks, who's an Indiana Republican congressman. Matt Walsh, I don't know if that's an endorsement or not. Glenn Greenwald. Kevin McCarthy, the Speaker of the House. Something about Riley Gaines.
If you're not commenting
Megyn
on
Kelly,
it,
I don't know if that's a retweet. I don't know if that's an endorsement or not. I'm going to guess it is.
when is it not an endorsement? If you're not commenting off the tweet.
I think sometimes when it's so obviously.
Yeah, I'll retweet goofy
Like
shit.
if I retweeted somebody
Clearly
today,
being an asshole. And you can kind of read into it.
Like that
Fine,
guy
fine.
saying test the trees. I didn't retweet it, but I could have.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. I could have done that without a comment.
Yeah.
It would have been, I think. But I mean, for Jerry to now do this is the kind of thing. Think of this, Mike. Think of an old Kirk and Callahan segment where somebody did that. Think we'd kill that guy?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, again, you could say, Kirk, you're overreacting like Turtleboy did. Perfectly understandable.
Yeah.
It hit me in the spot with my adopted daughter. Totally get that. But you can't say retweets are not endorsements. That's all Jerry does. It's his entire fucking feed, you pussy.
Right. I guess the only thing, I'm almost defending him on a thing he hasn't even said yet. I'm just assuming where he's going is, I don't think that had anything to do with you as an individual.
Nor do I. But we've known each other a long time. We've been great friends, and I take it personally. Now, that could be me overreacting. I think that's perfectly fair. But, and by the way, like, he might not have even got to the third sentence of that tweet.
Right.
He might have just had a hard-on for the first two sentences.
Right.
But do you think that he was endorsing that tweet with a retweet? Or do you think he was raising a healthy discourse of, there's two sides to this story?
Yeah,
That's
but
what I'm
even
saying.
that, I would say, like, he's not endorsing every point. He's just saying this is a Republican thing, and I'm retweeting it.
But also, there's a pattern of behavior leading up to that retweet. So, I mean, over time, he's done other things. He's said things he brought up. So.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's why I can't, I wouldn't.
Well, he's an asshole. I don't,
You guys are friends.
We're not friends. But
well, we were friends or had a relationship, so I don't really give a fuck what you get. You could get mad at him for the silliest thing in the world. It's none of my business.
Yeah, no, I got you.
You know? But that's the only thing is I'm just looking at it as if someone tweeted something about like blindness or whatever, I wouldn't think, oh, they're commenting on me.
Boy, does he need this producer,
You know?
Dave? Huh? Jesus. Oh, fucking believable. God, just hire Justin.
Craig is great.
I'll
He
pay
does
Justin,
great work,
how's that?
damn it.
I'll pay Justin to produce your show. All right, go ahead.
I like and support, and a woman I don't like and don't support. And I gave the retweet to Riley Gaines. I tell you when I started thinking about it, though, and I'm just being honest, she went on Laura Ingraham and said this. And I started thinking, it's a little weird because Laura Ingraham is a single mother with a bunch of adopted kids. I didn't think, like, ooh, she's talking about someone who can adopt or someone who could have a baby with a surrogate, which is obvious. I don't know. I mean, even Riley Gaines must know that. I mean, she's a woman. She can have a baby. She can have a daughter. She should have just said, Riley Gaines should have just said, when you have a daughter, if you have a daughter, maybe you'll feel differently. If you see your daughter at whatever, 6, 8,
That's
10,
not how
12,
that's not how Riley Gaines
high
feels,
school.
though. She's fucking thinks less of a person because she's gay. Like, I don't, both could be true. She could be unfair, having an unfair thing going on with the Leah Thomas thing, and also just be a homophobic asshole. Like, both can be true. I don't know why they have to be exclusive. But I knew Jerry he wouldn't have the fucking balls to just be like, yep, I fucked up. He's not capable of that. He's just not. It's too bad, but not surprising. Retweets are not endorsements. There's no account in the world that is the exact opposite of that than Gerry Callahan's fucking Twitter account. I mean, literally, there's not one. That's insane. That's an insane pussy defense.
What you didn't get to is the previous 300 tweets were all Democrats.
Yeah, I mean,
you excluded that from
it's
your
just
report.
silly. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's so stupid. Jesus. I mean, that's a pathetic defense. Just be like, just be like, Kirk's fucking overreacting. He's an asshole. I don't care. I have more respect for that. That is pathetic. Jesus Christ. God, Jesus. Anyway. All right, so we're back. Who's in here Friday, Dave?
I know one person for sure.
Who's that?
His name is Mike, and he'll
Mike
be
who?
in here. His name is Mike Cologne. Does the name
Oh,
ring a bell?
the guy who interviewed me?
Yes, from Connecticut.
Jeez, he's a nice guy.
Yep.
I want to get somebody in here who's
Another person bailed, so I got to find a new one.
who bailed on us.
I'm forgetting the name. Steve something.
Okay.
While I didn't agree with the sentiment, I did enjoy the image of me like pretending to be the mailman when Ryan Whitney walks in. Like, oh, they need anybody else up there?
Sad. Jesus, that's
got a chauffeur cap. You need a ride today, Mr. Whitney?
Oh, the volume of people that reached out to come in studio because they thought we were losing Mike. It was a lot of people.
Wow, how nice.
That I believe.
Yes.
These back, I'm sure they all messaged me. Sorry to hear about what happened.
I'll give you a list, Mike. I'll give you the list.
Yeah. Jesus. Well, all right. So we'll find somebody else. Go to blindmike.net, of course.
Thank you.
Sunday night, okay, guys, or no?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, does that work? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So Mike Cologne on Friday. Boy, that's exciting. And
the whiff of success is in the air.
Wow. Boy, nobody punishes themselves like me. Okay. I feel like I'm forgetting. Oh, the show will be up tonight. The gambling show at 5 o'clock if you're listening now or if you're listening on the podcast. As I said, blindmike.net. Dave, anything else from you?
Nope, all good.
Okay, we will talk to you Friday. And remember, whether it's the Kirk Minahan Show account or at Kirk Min, retweets are not necessarily endorsements, Mike.
That's very good.
Remember that. When I retweet something, like when I retweeted the Fred Couples stuff, that doesn't mean I'm a big Fred Couples guy. Could mean anything.
I will say it's a great defense because when Portnoy in Miami, when Portnoy was building a case that I was trying to take the company down.
Yes.
And it was when Ari Shaffir tweeted about Kobe.
Yes.
And Portnoy goes, "Did you see what he retweeted?" And I'm like, who knows if I'm even a fan of that guy?
Yeah,
Meanwhile, I'm like, now I'm reviewing his specials. And
forgot about that. God. All right, we'll talk to you Friday. Goodbye.